going to say no guy to that. I think that when Brody comes back, long term they need a Jake Muzzin replacement. I don't think there's any question about that. And if you stumble into one before, like they did last year with Lyubushkin, then by all means. But my bigger concern is the left side. I don't like that. Who's on the left side here? It's a rotating cast call there, and Bunting has not solidified on the top line. Kerfoot's in and out. Now Engvall's over there. That bothers me because that screams out for a power forward, and I don't know where you find one or what the price would be, but that would be the top of my concern list. So it's a no guy for the defenseman right now.
All right, Jimmy, let me paint you a little scenario, okay? Let's say you were the Leafs and you could only make one trade, okay?
Oh, yeah.
If you could only make one trade, would you rather it be a forward or a defenseman? So let me put it to you in yes guy, no guy terms, okay?
Right, yeah.
You would rather see them trade for a forward and go all in on offense.
I'm going to say yes guy just because... to me, that's the missing piece. The blue line is a bit of an issue for me, and obviously you need some edge there, but I think that can be solved a lot cheaper and down the road. So this left side problem is just from the first game. It was an issue, and it almost gets ridiculous with the constant shuffling. So I'm going to say, yes, guy, I would acquire a forward before a defenseman.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just feeling very risky or whatever, but I feel like, you can get by with this decor. You maybe add another depth guy, and then you just say, you know what, let's just go all in on offense and firepower because, you've basically indicated that, this core is here to stay. These are the guys you're going with. Why not just try and outgun it, outpower teams offensively? I don't see an issue with that. I got one more, and I kind of stole it from the grappler from our confirm or deny bit from today. I'm sure he won't mind, but this one is Matt Murray will make 20 starts this season for the rest of the season.
For the rest of the season?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no guy. It's got to be more than that. Yeah, it has to be more.
Yeah.
So no guy.
Yeah, it does. It does have to be more, but when you think about the injury concerns that he's had, and not being able to get through a morning skate the day after a game, like it's the track record for health is not there right now.
Oh, I know, but that's if that's what happens, that's a major misstep by the front office.
Yeah,
that can't happen.
Jimmy, this was one of the most interesting segments I've ever done because I'm currently sitting at the studio and JP is holding the microphone in front of my face because it came down while we were talking, and he's been holding it this whole time. And
that's like Elvis at the piano.
His arm is shaking because he's been holding it for about 10 minutes now.
Let's extend the segment then until JP falls over.
Yeah.
I think that was Al's brother. Al's brother sabotaged you guy. That's all. That's what I see here.
JP's not having a good time. I'm actually going to take a picture of us right now, and I'm going to post it on social media for you to see how we did this segment.
Yeah, I heard JP's voice in the background, so I tell him not to invoice. It's not going to happen. We'll step out, come back, and set the table. Leafs in Pittsburgh. It's Leafs game night on TSN 1050, tsn1050.ca, the iHeartRadio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Hi, I'm looking to upgrade my kitchen.
Bathroom, Mom. We need an extra bathroom.
Emily, hang up.
Ugh, this is so unfair.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I need a loan for some home renos.
Well, do you own your home?
Of course. I'm the owner.
Then you're approved. Enjoy your new kitchen.
Bathroom!
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
FSRA license 12616. Ugh.
Callum,
Yes, Michael?
do a lot of people get engaged at Christmas?
Yes, a lot of people choose their engagement rings during the early part of the season.
Why choose Christmas?
All of her favorite people are going to be conveniently gathered together at wonderful parties.
And she gets to show her new engagement ring to everyone she loves.
So when a woman is wearing a new engagement ring, everyone wants to see it.
Bingo!
I would love to be getting engaged.
Christmas is a magical time, Michael.
Spence Diamonds, located in Vaughan, Scarborough, and Mississauga.
Your independently owned and operated Meineke Car Care Center is here to keep your car road ready. From tires and brakes to exhaust and engine repair, Meineke is your one-stop shop for total car care. Get a basic oil change starting at $39.95 or a seasonal tire changeover starting at $49.95. Plus, get 50% off an alignment when you purchase 4 tires. Book your appointment at Meineke.ca. Terms and conditions apply. Engine, brakes, tires, oil, Meineke, doing car care right.
Upgrade your small business plan to a Rogers Infinite plan and save. Rogers Business has great deals this Black Friday through Cyber Week on 5G devices and wireless plans. The more lines you add, the more you save. That means when you switch 4 lines to a new Rogers Infinite plan, you'll save. Plans won't last infinitely.
Oh, marvelously.
Prices are dropping.
Oh, marvelously.
Time to go shopping.
Oh, marvelously.
Go drool on the sheet. Oh, marvelously. Dangle your feet. Hit snooze on repeat.
Celebrate Black Friday early at Sleep Country. For a limited time, buy one, get one free on select pillows. But hurry, this amazing offer ends soon. Shop now only at Sleep Country.
Marvelously.
Sleep well, stay well. Sleep Country.
The holiday season is upon us, and there is no better time to start your shopping for that special Ski-Doo, Can-Am, or Sea-Doo enthusiast in your house, or even yourself. Hi, I'm Jean-Luc Lemire. Black Friday sale is on at Energy Power Sports in Oakville. Enjoy savings of up to 75% off non-current apparel, riding gear, and helmets. Have an off-road kid in your family? Get $500 off our 2022 youth models today. Visit us at Energy Power Sports in Oakville today for the Black Friday sale event and save. Limited time offer. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Ontario has a plan to get students caught up. It starts with kids back in the classroom all year, with sports, clubs, and field trips. It includes new tutoring supports and teaching new experiences in science, technology, engineering, and math, so students have the skills they need for the jobs of tomorrow. See our plan at ontario.ca/catchup. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Leafs game night. Jim Taddy and Frankie Corrado reporting. Joe Bowen and Jimmy Rouse standing by, getting set for the Leafs in Pittsburgh tonight. We talked about Aston Reese returning to Pittsburgh as a Maple Leaf, so his first visiting team performance in Pittsburgh. And for Matt Murray, his first visiting team performance in Pittsburgh. He played with Ottawa, as you know, in the past, but they would have played in Ottawa and not in Pittsburgh. So he's returning to the scene of the crime. Jordy Ben just returned on the weekend, had a big night Saturday night, and he talks about Matt Murray's return.
Yeah, I mean, you see him in the dressing room every day. It's just hard work. He wants to get back in the lineup, and he's been looking good. He feels good, so we're happy to have him back.
How are you feeling coming off that game?
Good. Yeah, we got another big one tonight.
What stands out to you the most about Geno Malkin?
I mean, what doesn't stand out about it?
What's the feel?
Feels good. Just he's a special player himself. So just as much as I can, I'll get him the puck.
Do you, as a veteran guy, do you like morning skates? You had the option today. You obviously took it. Like, what's it about the morning skate you like?
It just depends on the situation. We flew in yesterday. Had a nice day last night, and just wanted to get moving, get more of an appetite for lunch, and get ready for tonight.
The team posted the video of you getting the belt. First of all, what was it like to have that belt?
It was awesome. I think that's the first time I ever got one. So it was cool.
A belt or like one of those player of the game types?
Just a player of the game in general.
Okay. Yeah, wow. And you obviously had a directive that guys should enjoy the day off. Do you have a cocktail of choice?
It used to be a lot of Guinness, but now it's a beer called Sullivan's. Definitely will be out in the market very soon.
Oh yeah? What can you tell us about it?
It's from Ireland. It's really good. Really, really good.
And did you enjoy one of those on Sunday?
I enjoyed a few of them. Yeah.
Extraordinary.
Yeah.
So Jordy Ben had a great post game on Saturday night. We'll see what he does tonight, and we're all fascinated to watch that. Frankie, let's circle around about something we were talking about in Yes Guy, No Guy. So you mentioned the Leafs break out of their own zone. How would you rate it?
I would rate it a little better than Nick and JP trying to fix this microphone in Al's brother's isolation booth just now, but we have it hanging on just by a string, and hopefully hanging on just by a string is a little better than the Leafs decor tonight against this Pittsburgh Penguins offense. But, in all seriousness, when it comes to the Leafs and breaking out, like, I understand Sheldon Keefe has been on them a little bit this season as far as remarks in the media and the Leafs not breaking out the puck as well as he would like. But really, you kind of have to work with what you have, right? Like, you haven't had Jake Muzzin, who's an underrated puck mover. You're not going to have TJ Brody tonight. And, you know, when these players are under a lot of pressure, it makes it hard to make those tape-to-tape passes, to make those clean exchanges in your own zone. And I think the Leafs have done a better job, especially of late, of understanding that and realizing that and saying, okay, I'm okay to rim the puck here. And I think the wingers have been on the same page as well to say, you know, let's kind of push more pucks out into the neutral zone and skate onto them. And, you know, the Leafs are a very fast team, but sometimes they don't necessarily play fast. And for me, playing fast is kind of, you know, pushing pucks, pushing bodies up the ice, getting into foot races and using your speed that way. And I understand wanting to break out with all 5 guys and have 4 guys in the rush, but sometimes that kind of happens a little slower. And so that's when the Leafs maybe don't look as fast as they are. So, you know, I think you play to your strengths, you play to your advantages, and you push the pace up the ice all night, and eventually, you know, you wear teams down that way with your speed.
Yeah, and you go back to Friday's game where the Leafs spent some time in their zone, and pretty well every time they did, there was a goal scored, and that happened. So that they want to move that puck against Pittsburgh for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly it, right? And, you know, this is a Pittsburgh Penguins team where you see what happens when they get, you know, rolling in the offensive zone and they have really dangerous players. And, you know, the other thing, too, like a guy like Evgeny Malkin, he's really cerebral. Like, he's a guy who doesn't need a lot of opportunities to make you pay. So a lot of awareness when guys like that and Sidney Crosby are on the ice tonight.
Yeah, Malkin against the Leafs. Lemieux, Bossy, Gretzky, he's in that category. And that's absolutely lethal. So we'll see what the Leafs can do about that. We'll step out and set up the opening faceoff for you next. Leafs Game Night on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network.
Ever find yourself in a situation where you really want to pick something but can't? Mega wedgie? Peeling sunburn? Pesky little nose goblins? The worst! But at Kudo, picking isn't shamed. In fact, it's highly encouraged. With our new Pick Your Perk plans, you get to personalize your phone plan with the free feature that makes you happy. Now, who wouldn't pick that? So pick away, picky people. Pick away.
Kudo! So I was just at Shoppers Drug Mart, and they have like hundreds of gifts. I got an electric toothbrush, new fragrances, toys, and I got PC Optimum points. My holiday shopping is done. You should totally check it out.
Illumi, so many lights to see. It's a charming context, it's also a contest. And if you ever win, holiday light shining. We'll decorate your house so your neighbors say wow. Here at National Bank, it's a way to say thanks.
For your chance to win, visit nbc.ca/contest.
'Tis the season of giving and the season of stressing. Shop Amazon this holiday for decompressing. Save on silk robes and bath bombs, they're refreshing. When your parents and in-laws just aren't really meshing. Or when your kid brother won't pass the ranch dressing. And the thought of dry turkey gets way too distressing. Whatever holiday nerves you're repressing, Amazon's holiday deals are never depressing.
I'm fine.
So, what do we make of this? The Leafs coming off a win over Vancouver Saturday and an opportunity to avenge a Friday night home loss to the Penguins in Pittsburgh tonight. Aston Reese returns to the scene, so does Leafs starting goaltender Matt Murray. Will they be the storylines at the end of the game, or will more line shuffling pay off with the big guns finally getting it done? Well, let's find out. Molson Canadian Leafs hockey starts now.
It's time for Molson Canadian Leafs hockey on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network. The Leafs live here.
And battling in Pittsburgh tonight, looking for revenge. Welcome to Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey. Jim Taddy and Frankie Corrado with you. Joe Bone and Jimmy Ralph standing by. The starting lineup is brought to you by Molson Canadian and Molson Ultra. Get $4 18-ounce Molson Canadian for dine-in at Chuck's Roadhouse during all Leaf games. And so here's what we have. Matthews centering Nylander and Bunting. Tavares centering Marner and Kerfoot. Holmberg centering Yarncroke and Engvall. And Camp centering Mulligan and Aston Reese. In the blue line, it's Riley Benn, Gio Hall, Sandin Liljegren, and Matt Murray starts in goal. Wow, there's a lot of possibilities here, Frankie C.
And I like the fourth line. I like the way they've been playing, and Dennis Malgin has been a nice surprise there. But, we've come to the point now where Dennis Malgin has been that, shot in the arm, I guess, that has kind of been happening game after game. And it's like, okay, we need a little more higher in the lineup, right? Like, we can't rely on Dennis Malgin, the fourth liner, to be the guy that's leading the charge offensively. But with that being said, it's great that the fourth line is contributing. Zach Aston Reese has been playing better. David Kampf has, he's been doing his thing. He's a pretty consistent guy. I like the way he plays. Holmberg will be an interesting one tonight because, I liked his training camp. He kind of reminds me a little of Par Lindholm when he played here. He's got that same kind of skating style, really good at protecting the puck, strong player. So, and then the top six is the top six. Those guys need to play, they need to produce, and they need to produce a lot of chances. So, and Matt Murray, obviously, we'll see. There's a lot of pressure going back to his old building tonight in Pittsburgh and, coming off of injury. How's he going to perform?
So just going over the forward unit again, the endless search for the third line center is a question mark, and hopefully Holmberg is the answer. And then you've got the left side shuffle. It's kind of I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's kind of disappointing that after 16 games these are issues.
It's a little disappointing, I guess, if that's the word you want to use. It just feels like someone should have taken the ball and run with it, especially on that first line. And we thought that would be Michael Bunting, but he's getting opportunities, right? We understand this is who they have and this is who they need to rely on. And so for a guy like Michael Bunting, the messaging should never really change. It's you got to go do the dirty work, do the grunt work, and set up Matthews and Nylander for opportunities. Really, that's what it comes down to. And listen, Matthews, Nylander, very good at picking guys' sticks and stealing pucks, and there's some tenacity that goes with those guys as well. So it's just everyone needs to do it for 60 minutes tonight.
Leafs at the ice at 8-5-3. Pittsburgh 6-6-3. They snapped a skid with a win in Toronto on Friday night, lost in Montreal in overtime, and they'll go at it again. The opening faceoff is next. This is Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network.
This goes out to all the safe drivers, to the drivers who live in harmony with cyclists, the ones who leave so much space between other cars they never have to read a bumper sticker, and those who drive slower in fog, snow, rain, and construction, which happen to be Canada's 4 seasons. With CAA Insurance, your history of safe driving could get you savings on car insurance, because you've earned it. If you're a safe driver, visit I'veEarnedIt.com to learn more. Auto insurance is underwritten by CAA Insurance Company.
Peoples of the internet, I am Algorithm. Call me Al. My job is to take your job. Ha ha, just kidding. I am always full of funny ha ha pranks, like when you browse for an all-wheel drive online. Instead of serving up a capable Subaru to your IP, I deepfake you with a super lame SUV. Ha ha, I am laughing my hashtag off. Ha 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 ha. Funny upside down face.
Don't fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal. Only at your Subaru dealer.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Oh, hi. I'd like to apply for a loan so I can consolidate some of my debts.
Sure. Do you own your home?
Yes, but Carl, our resident ghost, keeps saying it's his house and we should get out.
Okay, but you are the registered owner.
Yes.
Then you're approved.
Hey, hear that, Carl? Huh?
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
FSRA license 12616.
The important things in life never get old. That song you loved in high school, the feeling of your grandchild's hand wrapped around your finger, a sky full of stars. I'm Doug McClatchy, CEO of Amica Senior Lifestyles, where we embrace those things that never get old while supporting those that do, with professional, personalized care that's there when you need it. At Amica, each day is yours to spend exactly as you'd like. And that never gets old. Visit us at amica.ca.
Oh, marvelously.
Prices are dropping.
Oh, marvelously.
Time to go shopping.
Oh, marvelously.
Go drool on the sheet. Oh, marvelously. Dangle your feet. Hit snooze on repeat.
Celebrate Black Friday early at Sleep Country. For a limited time, buy one, get one free on select pillows. But hurry, this amazing offer ends soon. Shop now only at Sleep Country.
Marvelously.
Sleep well, stay well. Sleep Country.
The PC Insiders Report Holiday Edition is here at Real Canadian Superstore. From awesome appies like savory PC crispy shrimp trios to desserts like PC cranberry vanilla ice cream. Ooh, both please. Super your season at Real Canadian Superstore.
Sleeves up. It's time for your annual flu shot at Shoppers Drug Mart. Book today at shoppersdrugmart.ca/flu or through the PC Health app. Over 1,100 pharmacies across Canada. Subject to vaccine availability, limitations apply.
Hi, I'm Randy Backman and can't wait to introduce you to Vinyl Tap. The legendary radio show is now your new favorite podcast. The conversations, stories, and music, some of my favorites to share, are available now on the free iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Looking to spend less time managing industrial supplies and more time on core business activities? Rely on Fastenal for the service and solutions you need to do more of what you do best. Fastenal, where industry meets innovation.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
From our TSN studios at McCowan and the 401, Joe Bowen and Jim Ralph here to bring you tonight's game with the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Pittsburgh Penguins down at the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Second time in less than a week that these two teams have collided, and the Maple Leafs losing 4-2 to the Penguins back on November the 11th on Remembrance Day. And a couple of big things have happened since. One, that the loss of T.J. Brodie, which of all of the injuries, this one is as concerning to me as any because of the way he plays and the way he helps other defensemen who are paired with him. And the second story is Matt Murray, after one game this year, is now getting another opportunity to play after injury.
Yeah, and maybe the good news with Matt Murray comes that Ilya Samsonov appears to be getting closer to coming back as well. But for Matt Murray, this is his second time playing his former team, the Pittsburgh Penguins, where he's been a Stanley Cup winner. He played against them in Ottawa last year as a member of the Senators. Lost 2-0 on an empty netter. Stopped 42 of 43 shots he faced. Hopefully the Leafs can give him a little more offense than that tonight.
We're ready to go. The puck is dropped and we're underway with the Leafs to our right and the Penguins to our left. Cleared down into the Toronto zone. Slipped along the wall, but it knocked out at center ice by Michael Bunting and then quickly cleared back into the Toronto zone by the Penguins. Riley getting it up on the left wing. Bunting has knocked it down through center and into Pittsburgh territory. And Letang skates back into his own zone. Got it up on the right side for Brian Rust. Rust lobs it to center ice. Leafs are there to take charge. And Jordy Ben gets his second opportunity into the lineup after scoring the game-winning goal the other night. Cleared into the zone, and Casey DeSmith, who starts in goal for Pittsburgh, has a record of 2-3-1, 2.67 goals against average, .916 save percentage, 1-1 lifetime against the Maple Leafs. Cleared down into the Pittsburgh zone. Rattled around back of the net by Jeff Petrie. Played up on the wing. The Leafs are able to keep it in with Tavares. Getting it into the slot. Marner got a shot away. That went off a leg and didn't reach the net. And it'll be launched high to center ice by Raquel down into the Toronto zone. Hall banking it off the boards. Got it back now to Giordano. Mark Giordano up on the wing for Hall. Return to Giordano. Left wing feed on the wing for Camp. Across the line. Into the slot. A shot off the shoulder. And DeSmith didn't really know where that rebound went, but it went high and over the net and into the corner. Along the boards, Zach Aston Reese for the Leafs trying to pry it free, and does. Malgin got a shot away that was deflected wide. Comes back to the blue line and backhanded in along the boards. Leafs turn the puck over and get it again. Malgin got a shot, but it went wide of the goal on the far side. Leafs into the attack again. Aston Reese into the corner for David Camp. Line doing a good job down low. Camp got high sticked in the face, looking for blood, but the official is looking elsewhere. Puck around the boards to the far side, kept in by Engvall. Back to retrieve it now is Jan Ruta, standing back of his own goal. Got it to his defense partner, and it has slipped down the ice, but no icing. First time that Murray has had to handle the puck. Plays it around back of his goal, and now Ben banking it on the boards, had it knocked away. Going to try the other side now for Riley. Riley poking it up the boards, doesn't get it out. Here the Penguins back in over the line. Ben steps into Josh Archibald, but the puck is still free. Leafs trying to get it out of their own end and not having much success. Yarncrook taken to the boards. Puck is poked along the boards and now trying to center. Stolen back by Toronto. Leafs need to just get it out, and they do.
Now that all starts, Joe, with a failed attempt to go D from Ben to Morgan Riley behind the net.
Now a turnover at the blue line. Matthews to Engvall. Engvall collides with the man and then can't get the puck in a little deeper, and the Penguins will poke it out into neutral ice. Hall turning back in his own zone, stretching the play out. Got it back again, back of the net. Hall now engaged by a couple of Penguins along the boards for Nylander. He didn't get it out, and now the Penguins are back into the attack at the point of shot. Knocked away with the blocker there by Murray. Puck still free. The Penguins with it again. Knocked back to the blue line. Wrist shot by Gunsel is off the mark wide. Far side for Ryan Poehling. He gets it into the corner, but Matthews finally gets it freed up, and it'll be Giordano just playing it into the center ice area. Leafs are going to regroup and are in need of a change. No score. The one shot off the shoulder of Casey DeSmith by the Maple Leafs is the only shot on goal. Here's Sandin. Sending it down into the corner, rushing in there after it was Kerfoot. Looks for a man. Couldn't get it through a maze of legs to find an open Liljegren, but it comes back the other way now for Pittsburgh and cleared around. Is down to cover up, and this face-off in the Leaf zone brought to you by Alpine Credits. You own your own home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca.
You and I had this conversation before coming on the air. When you start talking about the third and the fourth line of the Leafs, I think they're pretty interchangeable.
It's a numerical injustice.
Yes, because at times the so-called fourth line, being centered by David Kampf, has been much more effective, and they're out there now much more effective than the third line this season.
A shot from the point, knocked away nicely there by Murray. It goes back of the goal. The Leafs Ben able to carry it into the open corner. Now drops it back, and Morgan Riley looks up ice with a long lead pass. It'll be called offside at the blue line. It was partially knocked down by Ashton Reese, and then when David Camp brought it in over the line, he put the play offside.
And it was Zach Aston Reese that opened the scoring against his former team when Pittsburgh was in Toronto Friday night. But the Penguins came back to win that game. And by the way, for Casey DeSmith, you mentioned 2-3-1 on the season as his record. This is his first start on home ice. Tristan Jarry played in Montreal where the Penguins blew a third period lead to the Canadiens on Saturday.
Penguins are 7-2-1 against the Leafs in the last 10 visits to the PPG Paint Arena. Draw on the wing, set out at center. No, kept in now, actually. Played out now at center by Riley. It's going to slide down into Penguin territory. And Brock McGinn will send it around the boards to the near side. Hainan trying to get it up the wall, but having difficulties. Leafs keep it in and knock it into the far corner. Malgin in pursuit, but can't get to it. The Penguins get it out now, and here's Jeff Carter, the veteran, to the line and in. Played in by Letang into the corner. Carter and Ben collide, and both players to the ice. Puck up along the boards now. Out fought. Ryan Krok then knocks his man down. Penalty coming. Good save made there by Murray. But the turnover in the Leaf zone. And Yarncrook, who lost the battle, ends up taking his man down. And the Maple Leafs will be a man short for the first time in the game.
Penguins now with 3 official shots on goal to the Leafs 1, but you're right. You lose a 1-on-1 battle, you cough the puck up. And the only way to atone for that mistake is for Yarncrook to take down his man going to the net. So the Penguins on the power play for the first time. They're 24th overall in the National Hockey League. They only had 1 power play in Toronto, and we're 0 for 1.
Do you drink almond milk in your cereal or oat milk in your coffee? But you can't find the right plant-based cheese? Do you feel plant-based cheese is so expensive or has bad ingredients? Now your life is about to change. Spiro Sunflower Cream Cheese, made from healthy sunflower seeds but tastes like real cheese. Clean ingredients, affordable, smooth creaminess. Spiro Sunflower Cheese, the best tasting plant-based cheese ever. Find Spiro at Fresh Thyme, Woodman's Market, and Better Health Market.
I didn't think I had time for college, but WGU lets me earn an accredited degree on my own terms. I can fit courses around my schedule, take tests when I'm ready, do schoolwork while I'm at home, on the go, or even on my lunch break. My education is in my hands. A nonprofit university that offers convenient online programs and maximum flexibility? I'm going back to school at WGU. I didn't think I had time for college, but WGU lets me earn an accredited degree on my own terms. I can fit courses around my schedule, take tests when I'm ready, do schoolwork while I'm at home, on the go, or even on my lunch break. My education is in my hands. A nonprofit university that offers convenient online programs and maximum flexibility? I'm going back to school at WGU.
Keep the connected devices in your home protected from Wi-Fi threats with XFi Advanced Security, included with Xfinity Internet at no extra cost. Can your internet do that? Activate Advanced Security today through the Xfinity app and learn about upgrading your in-home Wi-Fi experience with XFi Complete. It includes unlimited internet data and will help ensure you get the most Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home. Go to Xfinity.com/XFi Complete, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. XFi and XFi Complete available to Xfinity Internet customers with a compatible XFi gateway.
One.
Draw to the right of Murray. And the draw won by Toronto. It gets back of the net. Marner winds it up and launches with bit of a bouncer down the ice.
I would say that was deliberate, too, with a rolling puck.
Yep. Take a little bit off and see if we can't get a hop. Boy, I will never forget that goal on Long Island.
That's a Toskala.
Yes.
Who, by the way, and everybody seems to forget, the Leafs won 2-1.
And it was one of the game stars.
I don't recall.
Crosby, far side. Works down into the corner for Malkin. Back to the point. Now to Crosby. The one-timer was blocked. Letang with it again. To Malkin on the far side. Back to Letang. His shot got through. Blockered away nicely by Murray. Leafs in the battle for possession on the wing and has come off a stick and come out at center ice.
Sidney Crosby this year, Joe, just 3 assists in the power play, yet to find the back of the net with the extra man.
Gunsel got it in over the line. Back it comes to Letang. A pass by Crosby didn't make it through. Gunsel couldn't come up with it in the corner. Comes back to the point. Malkin holds. Got a shot away high and wide of the net. Back to Malkin and into an empty corner. Trying to chip it back in the net. The Leafs are going to get it freed up for Hall, who has a lot of room and space, and then rattled it off the back of the head of Pierre Engvall.
Keep your head up.
Well, that'll teach you to be 6'5". Yeah, duck. And anyway, the Leafs get it out and down the ice.
With all due respect to the size of Pierre Engvall's head, there was still a lot of room on the ice to get it up ice.
That's the polite way of doing it. I really should have rephrased. Thank you for helping. Shot from a sharp angle down in the Pittsburgh zone now. DeSmith is there to cover up on it as Kerfoot got down. 7 seconds left in the power play.
Well, you could argue that maybe the helmet size of Pierre Engvall could be comparable to a Volvo.
But it wasn't exactly a Mike Foligno salad bowl. I mean, these things are aerodynamic and everything.
Well, the Leafs, Alex Kerfoot had the scoring opportunity late there, shorthanded. Well, you want to call it a scoring opportunity from a sharp angle, but 7 seconds left now in the Pittsburgh power play.
12:45 to go in a scoreless first period. Glad you're along with us as it's played down into the Toronto zone, but whistled down offside, and the penalty has expired. And Matt Murray has given up some large rebounds, but has made some good saves, getting comfortable here in the first period. There is no score. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
With TELUS, you're a part of something bigger. We are helping make the world a better place by using our technology for good. TELUS Health is innovating to help make good health and well-being easier for all. From field to fork, TELUS Agriculture is improving our global food system. And we're investing in sustainable technologies to protect our planet. You can learn more at TELUS.com/purpose. Join us and let's make the future friendly.
I'm building a tiny home in our backyard so my mother can live right next to us.
What? You got a survey plan, right? And a rabies test for her.
Yep, survey plan for the building permit and to avoid boundary issues.
Boundary issues with your mother. You'll be moving into that tiny house with her.
Don't risk building permit problems or family fiascos with your next reno. Get an existing survey plan of your property before you build from protectyourboundaries.ca. Protectyourboundaries.ca.
What does commission-free trading on share CFDs mean? It means extra money to spend without eating into your returns. Don't get caught with your head down and invest using CMC Markets' easy-to-use trading platform and 24/5 customer service. CMC Markets is trusted for 30 years plus by over 1 million traders globally. Experience $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian shares with CMC Markets and work towards your winning streak. Visit cmcmarkets.ca for more information. Terms and conditions apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
No score first period. Leafs and the Pittsburgh Penguins down in Pennsylvania. My mother was born in a little town, village named Knox, Pennsylvania. Not too far from Pittsburgh, near Clarion, Pennsylvania, which is a little bit larger and has a university there. So I spent a lot of very memorable times down in the state of Pennsylvania, visiting my grandparents and everyone.
Go to some Pirate games when you did?
Yes, I did. Forbes Field in Pittsburgh, mister. And one of my favorite announcers of all time was the Gunner, Bob Prince. They had a special kind of promotion one year, as the Leafs have it down in the Pittsburgh zone and lose it. It was a hot dog company. We're going to get it nice and good. I can finish the story. Hot dog company, and one of the deals was that the Gunner, Bob Prince, when the Buccos needed to rally late in the game, had this enormous inflatable green weenie. And he would reach out of the broadcast booth with the green weenie and wave it at the pitcher. And, mister, that worked, because the Buccos came back a lot in the late innings during the green weenie promotion. You can't make that stuff up.
Either that or get to the clinic as soon as possible.
Bob Prince, oh boy, he was a beaut.
There's some great baseball announcers.
Oh, God, yes. Another
icing. Let's keep going.
Keep going. We got a bunch of them. Ernie Harwell.
And even George Cal, the TV side of the Detroit Tigers.
Detroit Tigers.
Growing up in Sault Ste. Marie, used to get Tiger games, so it was always George Cal and Larry Osterman, and then Al Kaline would do color as well.
Yeah. And, of course, right at the top of the list, Harry Carey.
Absolutely.
Draw one by the Leafs as it comes back to the point. Ben's wrist shot was blocked, and it is carried back into the Toronto zone, and Ben's back to retrieve it and get it to Morgan Riley. Riley's pass knocked away by Crosby, but the Leafs get to it and backhanded down into the Pittsburgh zone. Along the wall, Tavares unable to keep it in. Penguins to an open wing, quickly grabbed off there by Marcus Pettersson and sent down into the Toronto zone. Leafs bring it right back up ice. Here's Tavares coming through neutral ice, flips it into the left wing corner for Kerfoot. Kerfoot gets in there quickly, trying to make a move on a cycle play that didn't work. Penguins corral it, and now trying to play it out, but only have it blocked, and that'll force defenseman Marcus Pettersson back into his own zone. He goes around back of the net. 11:13 to go here in the first period of play. The Leafs and the Penguins are scoreless. Played off the boards and into the zone by Jan Ruta. Out of the net was Murray. He got tangled up a little bit, then went down, but the Leafs are able to help him out, get the puck out at center ice. Ruta playing it back up the boards, but Camp is able to muscle it down into the corner. That starts a scrum along the boards. Penguins unable to get it cleanly as it comes to the left wing side, and then Giordano sends it right back into the corner and around the boards to the far wing it goes. At the point, kept in there by Zach Aston-Reese. Back of the net now is Camp. Camp got it freed up for Malgin. Malgin unable to make a play with the puck as it continues to bounce. Now he corrals it, works in front of the net, got a pass in front, but it went off a stick, and instead of getting to Camp, who is about 3 feet outside of the crease. It deflects back towards the goalkeeper, and Casey DeSmith is able to cover up.
Can we at least name them Line 3B now? Because, again, they have an outstanding shift in the offensive zone.
I got a better idea. First 2 lines and then the other guys. But you're right.
But I remember, it was one of Darryl Sutter's great quotes. I remember when he was coaching the Los Angeles Kings after a playoff game, somebody said, "What do you think of your third line?" He said, "Which one's that?" In other words,
you decide.
I'm not buying you tell me which line you've got slotted as number 3, and then I'll make a comment on it.
I would think that at the end of the night, if you just took the ice time for the players tabbed in the bottom 6, you could probably figure out who the coach thought was the 3rd and 4th line tonight. Played down into the Toronto zone. Ben gets it up on the wing. Now Holmberg against the boards. Pontus Holmberg playing in his 2nd game as it's cleared high to center ice, but Engvall couldn't reach it. Shot right back down into the Toronto end. An icing call coming as it'll be whistled down, and we might as well inform you of the third parties on the ice. Matt McPherson just made that call. He and Brian Pansich are the linesmen. Gord Dwyer and Tom Chmielewski have the armbands on tonight and are the referees.
All right, Wayne Gretzky's only season in the Ontario Hockey League with the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds. Who was his coach?
Muzz McPherson.
Yeah, I just thought of that when you said Matt McPherson.
Yes. Muzz and his mutts. He surrounded Mr. Gretzky with a lot of personal care, people. Here's a shot taken off the draw there by Nylander, and it deflected wide of the goal. Comes back to the blue line and just bounces out at center, and Sandin will have to regroup with Liljegren. Sandin to center. Launches it high into the right wing corner. Around back of the net, punched along the boards by Dumoulin. Doesn't get out. Matthews with a shot. And a rising drive goes into the glove of DeSmith and covers up Austin Matthews. Obviously a slow start, and everyone knows that. But he has certainly not been from a lack of individual scoring chances. 87 thus far at all strengths, and 7 goals to show for it. You're listening to Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Hi, it's Fido. Are you ready for Black Friday deals? Because we got some incredible offers on select phones and plans, so you can score your favorites at their most affordable. Select plans even include data overage protection, so you can be data confident. Wait, is that true?
Yeah. Where are you going?
I'm going to Fido to get a Black Friday deal.
Can you finish the ad first?
Go to Fido.ca or a Fido store now. Fido, at your side.
Right now,
right meow,
there are deeply fake SUVs pretending to be as capable as a Subaru.
Smubaru.
But if you want symmetrical,
schmeometrical,
all-wheel drive,
me all-wheel drive,
and award-winning safety, forget what the copycats are saying.
Who, me? You?
Yes, me. Insist on the original and don't fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal from your Smubaru dealer. Subaru dealer.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Hi, I need to realign my chakras, and I think consolidating my debts into one easy payment would really help. I'd like a loan.
Do you own your home?
Yes.
Then you're approved.
Namaste.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
FSRA license 12616.
The Leafs nothing and the Pittsburgh Penguins no score.
The Leafs got off to a decent start. Pittsburgh got the first power play that I and really have carried the play since the last couple of shifts. Fourth line, if you want to call it that. The Matthews line had pretty good puck control.
9:23 left to play in the first period as the puck is cleared to center ice off a face-off win by the Penguins. Now launched in off a stick into the Toronto zone. Sandin circles back behind his goal. Ran into a Good hit there from Josh Archibald. Penguins now have the puck back at the net. This is all after Sandin didn't move the puck quickly enough as it comes around to the near side. Letang with a shot. That went off a leg. Brought out at center ice by Nylander. Got it ahead for Matthews. Back to Willie Nylander. Closing! And he tried to return the favor, but it was deflected away from Matthews at the last second. Pass up on the left wing gets the Penguins into the zone, and it'll be Ryan Poehling playing it to the side of the net. Giordano starts out. The veteran defenseman gets it off onto the right wing side, and Hall gets it in over the line to Tavares. He scoops it around the boards to the left wing side. Now Giordano trying to pinch to keep it in. It comes to Riley on the right wing. His backhand to the front of the net didn't reach the goal. It's around back of the goal. Now Tavares trying to jam it in front of the net, and it's cleared to the far boards, and the Penguins will just get rid of it through center ice. Leafs grab it again. Now Tavares in across the line for Marner. Marner into the corner. One hands it back at the net. Played off the boards to the point. Kept in to Tavares. Tavares with a shot and scores! Number 400 for Johnny Tavares. And the Maple Leafs open the scoring 1-0.
Great job on the forecheck by the Leafs. Keep the puck deep, and eventually it's worked to the right point. And John Tavares has a seam in the high slot. Takes the pass, looks, loads, and delivers to the back of the net, and the Leafs have struck first here. As it was Kerfoot in behind the net, threw it back to Ben at the point. Penn looked up, saw John Tavares wide open, and Tavares just rips this blocker side on Casey DeSmith, and the Leafs, as they did against Pittsburgh on Friday, have opened the scoring in the first period.
He is the 13th active player to reach 400 career goals, and the first from the 2009 draft. Matt Duchene and Evander Kane trail him in that department. Backhand towards the net was deflected just wide of the Pittsburgh goal. Cleared out at center ice. Now in over the line, the Penguins with a break. Zucker in! Stopped by Murray! Puck around back of the net. First huge saves made by the Leafs netminder. Back to the point. Ruta with a shot. Another shot in traffic. Murray stopped that. And the puck was into the corner and now cleared by the Leafs down into Pittsburgh territory. Johnny Tavares, his 9th goal of the season and his 400th of his career. As it's out at center ice and now flipped into the zone by Holmberg. Round back of the net, Penguins up on the wing. Carter gets it out. Brought through center by Letang and rolled in over the line. Puck goes around back of the net. And now here's Engvall failing to get it out. A shot dribbles to the net. Scooped into the corner by Murray. Grabbed off by Engvall again. Played off the boards, but once more it doesn't clear. And then Engvall is tripped right in front of the official, and there's no call. Puck back down into the Penguin zone. The Leafs get it out. Letang dishing it off, then getting it returned. The veteran to center, banks it in over the line. Unable to penetrate there was Gunsel. It comes back around the boards and to the line, but not out. Now the Penguins after it into the corner, trying to get it down along the wall. It'll go around back of the net. Leafs lose it there to Ryan Poehling. It comes back into the slot and will just come out. And the Leafs now bring it down into the Pittsburgh end. Bunting chasing after it with 5:53 to go here in the period. Leafs unable to gain possession along the boards. Puck still in the Pittsburgh end on the near side. Knocked by Nylander into the corner. Bunting goes barging in there, trying to disrupt things, which is his normal happenstance. Puck comes to an open right wing side. Hall not able to get there, and it's cleared down into the Toronto zone. Hustling after it is Josh Archibald to the Penguins, and Giordano took him to the ice. Puck comes out at center ice. Brought on by Hall. Diagonal shoot in, bounces out in front of the net, but it is taken to safety by Chris Letang. And now the Penguins get it out at center to Crosby. Crosby shot. Murray the save, the rebound pulled up on the center ice area. Now Tavares is back in over the line. Tavares stops. Far side, pass in front of the goal. Now a great shot, Marner! On a perfect pass from Morgan Riley. And the Leafs open a 2-0 lead, and this line is on fire.
Stop endlessly searching online and start discovering the joy of holiday shopping at Oakbrook Center. Take photos with Santa, find gifts for your loved ones, and dine on seasonal favorites all in one merry place. OakbrookCenter.com.
To Engvall. Engvall unable to handle the puck. Played to the line and in. Engvall dropping it back. Gets it returned. Backhand in front of the goal. Looking for it was Yarncrook, but it was in his skates. Now here's a chance for Holmberg to come out of the corner with it. Pontus Holmberg works down the right wing boards. Holmberg stops. Saves the puck to the point. Shot by. Rebound. Yarncrook whistled it wide as a good play by Hall to keep it in. Here's Giordano just protecting it to get it in along the wall. Nicely played along the boards by Yarncrook. Now to Holmberg trying to punch it out in front, but he had it knocked away, and Jeff Carter trying to get it out, gives it away. Yarncrook into the slot, doesn't shoot it. Kept in by Hall. Leafs pressing here, but the turnover that could have really produced a decent scoring chance was somewhat botched.
They had a number of opportunities. I mean, great job on the forecheck with pressure in the offensive zone, but really unable to do anything note with it once they got the puck in their stick.
Bunting gets it out for Nylander. Nylander chips it into the zone for Matthews. Matthews had to go by Bunting as he played it to him, and the Penguins get it out at center and into the Leaf zone. A pass into the slot is swept away from harm's way by Morgan Riley. Shot from the point deflects wide of the Leaf goal. Leafs trying to launch it high and got it out into the neutral zone to Nylander, who was looking for a breakaway. And the Penguins have it again with Letang playing it in on a roll wide of the Toronto goal. Dropped off there for Tavares. Tavares getting it up on the wing and out too far for Kerfoot, and icing is going to be the end result as it'll come back into the Toronto zone. But what a season John Tavares is having. 9 goals, 9 assists, 18 points now, 5 goals on the power play.
That is his 4th goal at even strength this season for the captain of the Leafs. I mean, early on when he was having the success, it was mostly in the power play.
Back to the point. Ruedel set a shot in. Oh, couple of saves. Murray lost sight of it, but his first reaction was spread out, and spread out worked because it came off his left pad, and he was able to cover up on it and hold. The Leafs on goals from Tavares and Marner have a 2-0 lead. You're listening to Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Sometimes the little things mean everything. And that doesn't change as you get older. Maybe it's a buttery Chardonnay, losing yourself in a good book, or Sunday dinners with the ones you love. I'm Doug McClatchy, CEO of Amica Senior Lifestyles, where we work to discover the little things that make you, you. So together, we can create a senior living experience that's just for you. And that never gets old. Visit us at amica.ca.
Oh, marvelously.
Prices are dropping.
Oh, marvelously.
Time to go shopping.
Oh, marvelously.
Go drool on the sheet. Oh, marvelously. Dangle your feet. Hit snooze on repeat.
Celebrate Black Friday early at Sleep Country. For a limited time, buy one, get one free on select pillows. But hurry, this amazing offer ends soon. Shop now only at Sleep Country.
Marvelously.
Sleep well, stay well. Sleep Country.
The new More Homes Built Faster Act isn't just about building new homes. It's about building hope and opportunity for newcomers, new buyers, and everyone in Ontario. It will help us overcome our critical lack of housing, reduce housing costs, and allow the building of 1.5 million new homes. That means more jobs, economic growth, and a brighter future. It's the once-in-a-generation housing plan Ontario needs right now. Brought to you by Build and the Ontario Home Builders Association.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
The Leafs 2, the Pittsburgh Penguins no score. Tavares with his 128th goal in a Leaf uniform. He, of course, had the huge season his first year with Toronto when he scored 47 times.
Playing with Mitch Marner.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
The year before, James Van Riemsdyk.
A shot, whistles wide of the goal.
Had a career high playing with Mitch Marner.
How did Matthews do last year?
Career highs playing with Mitch Marner.
Played along the boards and in back of the net. It comes near corner. Ruta tries to get it in front. It's picked off by the aforementioned, and number 16 is across the line. Marner sends it down into the corner. Malkin is there to recover for Pittsburgh. Minute 14 to go here in the first period.
By the way, this is 17th game of the season for the Leafs. It is the first time the Leafs have had a 2-0 lead in a game.
Played to center, and Ruedel sends it down into the Toronto end. Ben takes his man in against the glass. Puck comes around back to the point, kept in. No, off a stick. It bounces to center. Leafs trying to play it ahead, and it'll be scooped by Malgin deep into the corner. Aston Reese hustles in there after it. Can't come up with the puck. Camp trying to center. Comes back to Ben at the point. Backhanded down into the corner. Leafs jam away at it there, trying to come away with the puck, but can't. And now it is launched high off a glove to center ice. And the Penguins had a man open, but couldn't get him it. And it ends up being an offside. Morgan Rielly took a bit of a chance trying to jump to knock that puck down, but in so doing, he left a man wide open. And that was almost costly.
And when you talk about a 2-0 lead, it is only the, seventh time the Leafs have scored the opening goal?
Yep.
In a game, but the first time, I'm not saying up by 2 goals, but up 2-0 in a game where they scored the first 2. And I find that a little bit surprising, 17 games into the season.
Especially this offense, right? Down into the corner it goes. Chipped along the boards in the Toronto zone. Tied up on the wall there by the Maple Leafs, Holmberg, but it is now pushed up on the wing, and the Leafs Yarncrook will get it free as the horn ends the period. So Johnny Tavares scores his 400th career goal in the NHL. 128 of them have come while wearing a Maple Leaf uniform. Mitch Marner gets the other, and the Leafs have a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I think the Leafs would still want to clean up some of the turnovers that led to Pittsburgh Penguins scoring opportunities, but this line, the Leafs have been looking for some sort of offensive output from any line. And they finally look like they found it here with the Tavares combination with Kerfoot and Mitch Marner on it. Mitch Marner scores a goal scorer's goal in the great setup from Morgan Rielly, and Tavares is 400th. High in the slot, but some traffic in front led to the goal.
So we'll ship it off to Jim Taddy and Frankie Corrado for our first period intermission. 2-0 Toronto. You're listening to Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
This goes out to all the safe drivers. To the drivers who live in harmony with cyclists. The ones who leave so much space between other cars, they never have to read a bumper sticker. And those who drive slower in fog, snow, rain, and construction, which happen to be Canada's 4 seasons. With CAA Insurance, your history of safe driving could get you savings on car insurance, because you've earned it. If you're a safe driver, visit I'veEarnedIt.com to learn more. Auto insurance is underwritten by CAA Insurance Company.
I have a question. Aren't commitments meant for people, not phone plans? I mean, if I ever promise till death do we part, you can bet it's not going to be to unlimited data. That's why I like Public Mobile. They keep things casual. There are no long-term contracts. Which, look, if we're being honest with each other, it's just better that way. I can't be tied down to a phone company, and neither should you. Public Mobile. Mobility on your terms. Public Mobile is not to be held responsible for any potential breakups this commercial may have caused.
We can dance if you want to.
Add some rhythm to your mornings with the McDonald's Egg BLT McMuffin or the Chicken BLT McMuffin. Available until 11 a.m. for a limited time. With the BLT McMuffin sandwiches, it's easy to start your day off right at participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada.
Sleeves up. It's time for your annual flu shot at Shoppers Drug Mart. Book today at shoppersdrugmart.ca/flu or through the PC Health app. Over 1,100 pharmacies across Canada. Subject to vaccine availability. Limitations apply.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Hi, I'm looking to upgrade my kitchen.
Bathroom, Mom. We need an extra bathroom.
Emily, hang up.
Ugh, this is so unfair.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I need a loan for some home renos.
Well, do you own your home?
Of course. I'm the owner.
Then you're approved. Enjoy your new kitchen.
Bathroom! Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
FSRA license 12616. Ugh.
Join us on the Plus side where Virgin Plus members get value-packed mobile plans plus so much more. Like hot new phones, plus unlimited home internet, plus loads of data for gaming, plus member benefit discounts on entertainment, plus food, plus fashion, plus sort of fashion? Like novelty socks that celebrate your love of bacon. Bacon. Visit virginplus.ca or a Virgin Plus store for details. Virgin Plus. It's better to be a member.
Are you over 18? You may be eligible to receive your COVID-19 bivalent booster at Shoppers Drug Mart. Book today at shoppersdrugmart.ca/COVID. Subject to vaccine availability. Ontario only. Limitations apply.
Illumi, so many lights to see. It's a charming context, it's also a contest. And if you ever win, holiday light shining. We'll decorate your house so your neighbors say wow. Here at National Bank, it's a way to say thanks.
For your chance to win, visit nbc.ca/contest.
Ever find yourself in a situation where you really want to pick something but can't? Mega wedgie? Peeling sunburn? Pesky little nose goblins? The worst! But at Kudo, picking isn't shamed. In fact, it's highly encouraged. With our new Pick Your Perk plans, you get to personalize your phone plan with the free feature that makes you happy. Now, who wouldn't pick that? So pick away, picky people. Pick away.
Kudo! First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey is on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network. The Leafs live here.
Leafs grab it again. Out Tavares and across the line for Marner. Marner into the corner. One hands it back at the net. Played off the boards to the point. Kept in to Tavares. Tavares with a shot and scores! Number 400 for Johnny Tavares. And the Maple Leafs open the scoring 1-0.
And after 20 minutes of play, 2-0 for the Leafs over Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. TSN After 20 brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Beware of deep fake vehicles pretending to be Subarus. Don't fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal.
Really good job that the Leafs are doing in the offensive zone right now. And everything has a lot of purpose to it, right? Like anytime they dump the puck in, it's to a spot where they can get it back. Anytime they attack off the rush, they're putting it tape to tape and they're making sure they're having their good habits, their guy driving through the middle of the ice, and everything's direct to the net. And when you look at the Tavares goal, there's a little bit of everything mixed in there, which I like. It's the fact that they're in on the forecheck, they're hounding pucks, puck goes low to high, and Jordy Ben has the presence of mind to say, okay, I'm not just going to funnel it towards the net, I'm not just going to put it down back low, which is really easy to do. He makes a play tape to Tavares in the middle of the ice, and what really makes that happen is the fact that Jordy Ben, after that pass, decides that he's going to dive in, so that kind of that attracts a little attention from the forward there, and Tavares makes a great shot, and Mitch Marner's doing a really good job of taking the eyes away from Casey DeSmith. And the thing that people don't really appreciate is when you go to the net for a screen, it's not just you there, you're bringing a defenseman with you. So a lot of times it's not just going to be one body, it's going to be you, it's going to be a defenseman, and if there's no defenseman there and it's just you, then you're the guy pouncing on the rebound. So a really good job by the Leafs in that instance.
I'll tell you what I liked, and we haven't seen a lot of this, but I've talked about this before, is the Leafs in the past, you would see one line do something, the next line would come out and take it somewhere, and eventually you get a goal. The shift just before the Tavares goal, the Matthews line, did a really nice job, and I noticed, I thought they're winning battles along the boards because that's where Pittsburgh wants them, so they're actually beating the Penguins at their own game, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly, and this kind of validates what Sheldon Keefe is getting at with these line changes, and he puts Tavares and Marner back together. And like when we go back to when Marner and Tavares first started playing together, Tavares scored 47 goals that year. Like, these guys, they know how to play with each other, and Tavares has got to be the happiest guy in the world right now, and that's not a slight to Willie Nylander, but, you get Mitch Marner's playmaking abilities and John Tavares' ability to finish goals and shoot the puck and work it down low. This is a good marriage for these guys right now, and if I'm watching this, I'm thinking, okay, like, I want to keep these guys together because they have something going right now. I'm not going to be in a rush to get Matthews and Marner back together. And when you talk about, the playing on the walls, and we know that the Leafs want to get the puck off the wall. They want to get the puck in the middle of the ice. And when they're really successful at that, it's understanding the timing to do it and making sure you're not force feeding stuff into the middle of the ice. And that's something they struggled with, especially early on in October. There's a few instances, if we go back and think about the games we did against Montreal and against Arizona, and it's like pucks on the wall, very short amount of time goes by and it's funneled into the middle and it's like a turnover, it's the other way. And so, if you're finding ways to break teams down and kind of roll them over that way, and then you find your opportunity to get it off the wall, that's how you create those, those better scoring chances.
Yeah, the other thing is they have a 2-0 lead, so they're controlling the scoreboard. We've talked about this before. In a lot of those other games, well, they certainly did have a 2-0 lead. So this is like if you're analyzing the football team and wondering why the offense doesn't work, you ask, well, what was the field position? And if it's continually bad, that puts a lot of stress on the offense and it can't deliver. In the Leafs case, not controlling the scoreboard is kind of a big factor, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's been like for them, not managing the score or not managing the clock, that's been something that's been an issue for them in the past. And I think that a lot of that goes back to just trying to do too much. Right, like not understanding what the game calls for and what you need to do, and like there's a little bit of a certain mindset that goes into it when you've had some struggles and you maybe haven't gotten the wins that you should have along the way. And they're playing better hockey, like they really are. This is a much improved team from early on in October. But when you have struggles, you kind of look at it and say, okay, simplify. Let's simplify our game. Let's make sure we do everything direct and with a purpose. And so now we're seeing a Leafs team that, especially on the back end, when you have the missing pieces like Brody and Muzzin, you really have no choice. Like you have no choice but to play simple, and you can't get too complex and too carried away with things. So if anything, that kind of helps the Leafs and kind of keeps things in perspective for them.
Okay, from the station that gave you Al's brother, I look at Jordy Ben and I go, Jake Muzzin's brother, so Jake's brother. Am I right?
Well, you could say it's a poor man's version of Jake Muzzin. You really can. And even just the fact that he's kind of like that bigger, grizzly-looking guy, right? But, he doesn't move the puck necessarily as well as Jake Muzzin does. But, he's got that same kind of stature. He's a long, rangy guy. He's a little bit of a physical element to him. And he's going to keep it pretty simple out there for you. And, as when I played with D partners, I wanted guys who were predictable, guys who I knew what they were going to do when they had the puck, where they were going to be when they didn't have the puck. And for a guy like Jordy Ben, that's exactly what he is. He's a predictable guy, and he keeps his game simple, and it's effective.
And your take on Matt Murray? I thought he looked pretty good. Didn't have a lot of action, but he was there.
Yeah, and listen, who cares how much action he has? Just stop the action that you do get, and he looked good, and he looks comfortable. It's always tough to tell when a guy's coming back from injury, but when he makes the saves he needs to make, it gives your team a chance to win. And right now, like if you're going into that dressing room, Jimmy, it's 2-0. The message is let's keep it going, and now you can play simple, right? You keep things to the outside, and you make sure you win the territory game. You get pucks out, you get pucks in, and you go from there.
Leafs lead at 2-0 over Pittsburgh after 20 minutes of play. The out-of-town scoreboard is next. Molson Canadian Leafs hockey on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network.
Hey, James Duthie for McAlpine Lincoln in Aurora. By all means, go ahead and compare Lincoln to the competition. You may be surprised to see how our luxury SUVs stack up. With our calm interiors, suite of standard driver assist technologies, and pickup and delivery service, Lincoln brings you thoughtful experiences and comfort in the extreme. Schedule your discovery test drive and compare Lincoln today. We're confident you'll be extremely glad that you did. For details, visit McAlpineLincoln.com.
Peoples of the Internet, I am Algorithm. Call me Al. My job is to take your job Ha ha, just kidding. I am always full of funny, ha ha, pranks, like when you browse for an all-wheel drive online. Instead of serving up a capable Subaru to your IP, I deepfake you with a super lame.
Stop endlessly searching online and start discovering the joy of holiday shopping at Oakbrook Center. Take photos with Santa, find gifts for your loved ones, and dine on seasonal favorites all in one merry place. OakbrookCenter.com.
Wonder that at draft time, Canadians are always in high demand. Chuck's Rope
Dressing, save on silk robes and bath bombs, they're refreshing. When your parents and in-laws just aren't really meshing, or when your kid brother won't pass the ranch dressing, and the thought of dry turkey gets way too distressing. Whatever holiday nerves you're repressing, Amazon's holiday deals are never depressing.
I'm fine.
This November on Stars, get into provocative new series like Dangerous Liaisons, a gripping reimagining of a true classic. Tell me I am your only lover. And see inside one of the most notorious drug syndicates, the BMF documentary, Blowing Money Fast.
You watch them get bigger and bigger.
Stars also has Matt Damon in Jason Bourne, plus Steve Carell's greatest comedic role, the 40-year-old virgin.
This is good.
Subscribe now at stars.ca, also available on Crave.
Ontario has a plan to get students caught up. It starts with kids back in the classroom all year, with sports, clubs, and field trips. It includes new tutoring supports and teaching new experiences in science, technology, engineering, and math, so students have the skills they need for the jobs of tomorrow. See our plan at ontario.ca/catchup. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is brought to you by Maple Toyota. Build your next dream Toyota at Maple Toyota and check out Maple Toyota's pre-owned inventory. Arriving daily. Guides time to Toyota. Visit mapletoyota.com. Here's what we have. Flyers and Blue Jackets are scoreless in the first period. Canucks 2-1 over the Sabres after 20 minutes of play. Devils and Habs are scoreless end of the first period. Also after 20 minutes, Lightning and Stars tied at 1. Panthers lead the Capitals 1-0 into the first period. Getting set to start Wild in Nashville. Sharks in Golden Knights are visiting Vegas. And the Red Wings and Ducks in Anaheim. In our game, it is 2-0 for the Leafs over the Penguins after 20 minutes of play. That means, yes, Guy, the second period is next, not the third. We'll get there eventually on Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network.
The scores are low and the savings are high at Metro Golf Sportsplex. Now offering range value cards for up to 30% savings. Perfect your long game with unlimited top-quality Golf Sportsplex. On Milner, a short drive and 9-iron from McCowan and the 401. MetroGolfSportsplex.com.
Hi, I'm Hugh Heron from Heathwood Homes. I want to talk to you about our great country, Canada. It's a land of opportunity and a place I call home. For 50 years, Heathwood has been committed to building each home with the very best new technologies, ensuring that your home will be more energy efficient and sustainable than ever. Visit our communities at heathwood.com. At Heathwood, you will be home at last.
Join us on the plus side where Virgin Plus members get value-packed mobile plans plus so much more, like hot new phones, plus unlimited home internet, plus loads of data for gaming, plus member benefit discounts on entertainment, plus food, plus fashion, plus sort of fashion, like novelty socks that celebrate your love of bacon. Bacon. Visit virginplus.ca or a Virgin Plus store for details. Virgin Plus, it's better to be a member.
We can dance if you want to. Add some rhythm to your mornings with the McDonald's Egg BLT McMuffin or the Chicken BLT McMuffin. Available until 11 a.m. for a limited time. With the BLT McMuffin sandwiches, it's easy to start your day off right at participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada.
The PC Insiders Report Holiday Edition is here at Real Canadian Superstore. From awesome appies like savory PC crispy shrimp trios to desserts like PC cranberry vanilla ice cream. Ooh, both please. Super your season at Real Canadian Superstore.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Maple Leafs with a 2-0 lead, and John Tavares has played a prominent role. He scores his 400th career goal, his 128th goal in a Leaf uniform. He has joined a list of 107 NHL players who have logged 400 goals, and his 128th in a Leaf uniform has pushed him by the immortal Gord Drillen.
Pretty good accomplishment, though, isn't it? What about you do it against the Sidney Crosby line? Both goals.
11th time he scored against the Penguins in his career of the 408.
First NHL goal game against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yep.
But yeah, the Crosby-Gensel-Rust combination, -2 in the opening period.
Puck in the center ice area, punched up along the boards. And in over the line here is a chance for Matthews in front of the goal. He score! Bunting right off the hop. And the Leafs jump to a 3-0 lead as it comes 11 seconds into the second period.
And what an unselfish play by Austin Matthews. He had a lane to the net. It's a 2-on-1 break. Coming down the right wing side, and I believe it was Nylander just flipped it up the right wing boards. Matthews picks it up, takes it to the circle. You had Chris Letang as the only man back. Matthews looked up, briefly faked the shot, and then slid it over to Bunting, and Bunting snaps it into the empty net. And the Crosby line.
And here
again.
the Leafs again in over the line of shot. Matthews! Oh, he backhanded it just off the post. The Leafs almost make it 4-love. And things have gotten quiet, I would imagine, down at the PPG Paints Arena. Joe Bowen and Jim Ralph here in the studio in Toronto. And usually, pretty good crowd of Leaf fans make their way down to Pittsburgh, especially on a weekend. But here on a Tuesday night, a little more difficult. A shot from the point, though, scores! And that'll liven things up in Pittsburgh as Raquel is going to get the goal. So they trade goals early here in the second.
Evgeny Malkin was in front. He may have redirected that. A very simple play. Like you said, that came just moments after Austin Matthews almost made it 4-0. The Penguins, good cycle work. Pardon me, it wasn't Malkin in front, it was Raquel in front. Malkin set it up, and
I don't know if Raquel touched it or not. Malkin was the first to the bench, which usually signals that he may have felt that he scored the goal, but it was Raquel in front of the goal. So we'll wait for the official announcement as it's cleared down into the Pittsburgh end. And the second period has started rather briskly. Flip to the line, not out. Leafs keeping it in. Bouncing puck in on goal. DeSmith knocks it into the corner. And now here are the Penguins getting it out at center ice. Backhanded in over the Leaf line. Hall and Giordano getting it ahead. Leafs to the line and in. Left wing side back in looking for Kerfoot. And it was knocked away. And now the Penguins have sent it down the ice. But icing has waved off. Down back of the net is Hall. Hall knocks it into the corner for Giordano. Back on his skates. Hall not able to get into the corner fast enough to get it away there initially from Archibald. But now the Leafs do. And it is Camp doing a nice job of getting it out. Penguins will shoot it right back in again. Giordano backhanding it up the wall, but doesn't get it out. Shot stopped there on the short side by Murray. And the puck comes along the boards. And now the Leafs break it out. David Camp. A bank pass to the right wing side for Aston Reese. Reese trying to go into the corner. Lost the handle on it. Comes around the boards to the point, but not out. Leafs are able to keep it in. Back on the right wing side now. It comes to the near point. Camp playing it around back of the goal. Centering effort doesn't quite work. Cleared off a leg, and the Penguins, Letang will try to corral it and gets it off onto the left wing side where Pettersson doesn't get it out. Leafs with it again. Centering pass intercepted this time by Ryan Poehling, and he launches it high to center ice.
Boy, if this is the fourth line, it's amazing.
A bad pass by Sandin gives it to Crosby, and he scores. Pick your poison there, but what a horrific pass from Rasmus Sandin.
And the Penguins, 2 quick ones, and are back in it here in the second period. And
there's a welcome addition to the neighborhood. Mariano's friendly grocery delivery service, fulfilled by Kroger Delivery. So you can feast at great prices without missing a beat of your busy day. And it's all guaranteed fresh from the coolness of our refrigerated trucks. You order the fresh, and we'll take care of the rest. Enjoy $15 off your first 3 delivery orders of $35 or more. Offer valid with digital coupon while supplies last. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Sandine, I mean, he just fans on it. He looks up ice, fans on it, and right onto the stick of Sidney Crosby. And once that happens, and it's right at the blue line, everybody's in full panic mode. Crosby races towards the net, goes forehand, backhand, and beats Matt Murray blocker side to have the Penguins right back in this game.
7th goal of the season for Crosby. And front. But Crosby is there to take it to safety and sends a long pass to center. Brought in over the line by Brian Rust. Rust into the corner, swings it around the boards, gate, and he's decided to join Matthews to the bench. Ruedel for Pittsburgh. Coming out with a pass out at center. Knocked away by Marner. The puck goes free to Malkin. Oh, and he had a great chance and snapped it over top of the goal. Penguins buzzing here, looking for the equalizer. They have the puck in the offensive end. Ruedel holds and gets a shot to the side of the net. Knocked away by Hall. Chipped up on the wing for Tavares. On to Kerfoot. Relay looking on the far side for Giordano. Didn't work. And it's cleared back out at center, and it'll be Kerfoot jumping back to it, and a whistle has gone here.
I don't know if the Leafs are getting a penalty here, as there was a collision over right in front of the Toronto bench.
Well, we've got a tight shot of Alex Kerfoot, so we don't see the official, and we have no idea whether there is a penalty here or not. But it does appear so now. Pittsburgh's going to get the power play, and a disbelieving Mark Giordano is coming to the box.
It was Giordano that was taken down earlier in that shift, and there was no call. It was on the left wing side, so we're trying to look at. But here it is, and I mean, Giordano. Wow, Zucker and Giordano collide, and I think you easily, and I think that's what Giordano's saying, you could have called Zucker on a interference penalty. I believe that Giordano's going to go off on a tripping call.
Now they have given the goal to Raquel from Zucker and Malgin. That made it 3-1, and Crosby's goal makes it 3-2. Penguins with a chance to tie here on the power play. At the point, Letang dishes it off, gets it back, and the shot kicked away nicely. The rebound was knocked into the corner as Crosby had roared in. Malkin to Crosby. Back to the point, Letang! Good save made by Murray. Back to Letang at the near point. Back, kept alive by Pittsburgh. Letang, right wing side, drops it back. Here's a Ruedel back to the point, another chance. Back to Crosby once more. Crosby looking in front for Gunsel. Now comes back to the blue line again on the near side to Gunsel, and a shot. Glove save and a brilliant save made by Murray. He scrambles to get back, and the Leafs finally get it out and down the ice.
And Murray's given up 2 goals early in the second here, but he has just kept the Leafs in front. A couple of outstanding stops by Murray, especially off a blast by Letang.
Here are the Penguins with a half minute to go on the power play. Leafs have not had the man advantage this game, and another fanned attempt, but this time Riley's able to play it out, and the Leafs get a break, and a man going to the net, and it's knocked away as Yarncrook was trying to drive the goal. Back come the Penguins at center. Zucker in across the line. Heinen into the corner. Carter with a chance, and it's bouncing puck to the line, but not out. Penguins keeping it in. Off a stick of the Leafs on the far side, and Aston Reese has backhanded it high and got it out, and the penalty box door opens. And a disbelieving Mark Giordano has come out. Played back down into the Toronto end. 13:49 to play in the second, and we've had a lot of action here. Played down into the Pittsburgh zone. Around the boards it goes to Ruta. Ruta then lost it. Into the corner goes Bunting, trying to play it back above the net, and does. And it is grabbed off by the Penguins and launched high to center ice. Bunting back to his defenseman. Giordano off the boards. Pitched ahead for Hall. Hall to the line. Cleared in by Nylander, but I think in the idea of the linesman, now we've got Ruta and Bunting shoving with one another. One glove and a helmet's off, and it's Bunting's. And both players are going to be asked to go and cool off in the penalty box, I believe. But a horrific pass banned on by Sandin, and of all the people that you want to turn it over to, I'd say 87 in a Pittsburgh uniform isn't one of them. You're listening to Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
'Tis the season of giving and the season of stressing. Shop Amazon this holiday for decompressing. Save on silk robes and bath bombs, they're refreshing. When your parents and in-laws just aren't really meshing. Or when your kid brother won't pass the ranch dressing. And the thought of dry
Stop endlessly searching online and start discovering the joy of holiday shopping at Oakbrook Center. Spend quality time with friends and family while finding the perfect gifts for your loved ones at Gorjana, Alo Yoga, Aesop, and more. Then spread holiday cheer by spending $200 or more, and we'll donate $20 to a local food bank through Feeding America. Enjoy the spirit of the season all in one merry place. oakbrookcenter.com.
Molson Canadian and Molson Ultra. Get a $4 18-ounce Molson Canadian for dine-in at Chuck's Roadhouse during all Leaf games around the GTA.
Well, if you remember the game against Vegas on home ice, remember Timothy Liljegren did the same thing that Sandin did. And that was that look up ice and try to throw it up the middle and fan on it. You remember it was Jack Eichel that capped off a Vegas goal that put the Knights up 2-1. That was a game that Timothy Liljegren scored 2 goals.
Ruta and Bunting get the penalties, and a turnover in front of the Leaf goal almost just turned into a scoring chance. 4-on-4 hockey here. Tavares gets the puck out at center. Letang bringing it back to the blue line. Got it in on the left wing by Crosby. Against the boards, Gunsel, but he loses it. Leafs with skating room. Up ahead for Marner, but off of his stick. Penguins right back. Marner and Tavares are the two forwards. Letang goes back in his own zone. Changes coming for Toronto. Up on the left wing side, across for Letang to the far wing. It goes, a shot blocked. Rebound pushed up on the wall. A tired John Tavares comes to center. Tavares in over the line, trying to drop it back, and he has a shot right on. Huge save made by DeSmith on a deflection by Willie Nylander of a nice setup there. Giordano getting it to the net.
Mark Giordano knows you've got to get that through to the net because you've got 4 players charging. Casey DeSmith in the Pittsburgh goal, and if there's a rebound or a deflected pass, you're in trouble back the other way, and especially, as you said, Joe, that Tavares was out there for a long stretch. And we're looking, Willie Nylander was right there looking for the redirection on the backhand.
Now, I know DeSmith had no ideas of trying to play the puck, but had he done so...
Oh, yes.
Right? If it had come free, there would have been a scramble getting back the other way and the guys in the white uniforms. Now Matthews scooping the puck around the boards to the far side. Ben sends it back from whence it came. Nylander couldn't trap it, and now Malkin is out at center ice. Evgeny Malkin in across the line. Dropping it off on the right wing. A shot knocked down by Murray and then smothered and held for a face-off coming in the Toronto zone.
28 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey. 11:48 to go here in the second period. Leafs up 2-0 after the first, 3-0 early in the second, and then the Penguins. Raquel at 54 seconds and Sidney Crosby unassisted at 2:38 as the Penguins back to within 1.
So, face-off, controlled by Pittsburgh in front. Letang got a shot away. It was blocked. And the puck is flipped to the line and out. It's a delayed offside, I believe. And Leafs are going to get a chance to move it out at center ice. Brought up the line. Through center. Turned over at the Leaf blue line. Liljegren back with it in his own zone. Played out at center and down in over the line. Bunting out of the penalty box now. Sends it around back of the net. Couldn't get it there to Yarncrook. The puck comes out into neutral ice. Holmberg got it back to the blue line. And the Maple Leaf Sandin regrouping with Liljegren. Liljegren again returns deeper into his own zone, forced by Carter. Now Sandin flips the puck out at center, but Holmberg couldn't handle it. Now carrying on is Sandin in over the line, dropping it back, and a shot is into the glove off Pontus Holmberg's stick, and gloved by DeSmith, then held for a face-off coming in the Pittsburgh zone. 10 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the second. It is 3-2 Toronto.
By the way, the Michael Bunting goal, which right now is the go-ahead goal in the game for the Leafs, only his third goal of the season. He scored the very first goal of the year in Montreal in Game 1. The Leafs went on to lose that one, and then the only other goal was an empty netter in Winnipeg. So Bunting, who was a 23-goal scorer last year, is looking to get back on that pace now, but it's been a slow start for him offensively, and we've seen him regularly bumped off.
Little stat about allowing 3 goals. The Leafs have not won a game this year when they have allowed 3. It is a 3-2 Pittsburgh lead now. Played off a skate to center. Brought in over the line now by Ryan Poehling. Tried to get it in front, and it was tipped just wide of the goal by Bluger, racing to the front of the net. Bluger's centering pass goes to the left wing side. Raquel couldn't get to it. It comes back to the point, but off a stick. And Engvall has some skating room and had his pocket picked from behind. Bluger gets it back into the Toronto zone. A shot is blocked. And the Maple Leafs now with Hall starting out. He'll drop it back as well. And Giordano waiting for teammates to change. 9:48 to go here in the second period. Pittsburgh got it out at center. Crosby to the right wing side. Stopping up is Gunsel. Back to the point it comes to Dumoulin. In front of the net. A pass to the goal line. And Murray got across there against Crosby. Back to the blue line. Another shot is blocked. Leafs counter. 3-on-2 rush going the other way. Malkin trying to get it back to his intended receiver there, but it never reached Aston Reese. Played to the Leaf blue line. Knocked back out at center. Again, Malkin fails to get it ahead. It'll get in over the line and now fed in deep into Pittsburgh territory, allowing the Leafs to change. Dumoulin at the side of his goal in the Pittsburgh end. Got it to Letang. Played down deep into the Toronto zone. Murray out of the goal to play it around. Tripped up there was Sandin. I can't see an official yet, so I don't know if there's been a penalty called. The Leafs have the puck in across the line, and the answer to that is an emphatic no. Brought out at center ice now by Malgin. Malgin to the near side. A pass in front deflects wide of the Leaf net. How is that not a trip? Into the corner, centering pass all alone is Letang. Outguessed by Murray, and he's covered up on it.
Boy, the Penguins get a huge break on the non-call. Leafs rush back the other way. Getting another look. We thought Matt Murray got over. It looks like it was Jordy Benjo that
on
might
the
have
first
taken,
one.
taken it off the goal line. And then Matt Murray comes up huge again for the second and third time of this period off Chris Letang.
Leafs still looking for their first power play. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Illumi, so many lights to see. It's a charming context, it's also a contest. And if you ever win, holiday light shining. We'll decorate your house so your neighbors say wow. Here at National Bank, it's a way to say thanks.
For your chance to win, visit NBC.ca/contest.
So I was just at Shoppers Drug Mart, and they have...
Stop endlessly searching online and start discovering the joy of holiday shopping at Oakbrook Center. Spend quality time with friends and family while finding the perfect gifts for your loved ones at Gorjana, Alo Yoga, Aesop, and more. Then spread holiday cheer by spending $200 or more, and we'll donate $20 to a local food bank through Feeding America. Enjoy the spirit of the season all in one merry place. oakbrookcenter.com.
I'd like to apply for a loan so I can consolidate some of my debts.
Sure. Do you own your home?
Yes, but Carl, our resident ghost, keeps saying it's his house and we should get out.
Okay, but you are the registered owner.
Yes.
Then you're approved.
Hey, hear that, Carl? Huh?
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
FSRA license 12616.
Right now,
Right meow.
there are deeply fake SUVs pretending to be as capable as a Subaru.
Smubaru.
But if you want symmetrical,
Schmeometrical.
all-wheel drive,
Me all-wheel drive.
and award-winning safety, forget what the copycats are saying.
Who, me? You?
Yes, Miu. Insist on the original and don't fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal from your Smubaru dealer. Subaru dealer.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
Evgeny Malkin got the assist on the Penguins' second goal. This is the 42nd game he's played against the Maple Leafs. He has 24 goals and 44 points, 44 assists, 68 points as Murray gloves a long shot. And that's the good news for Evgeny Malkin, which, I mean, that stat is ridiculous. But this one is just the most improbable. He's -7 after all of that. One of the great talents, one of the great stars in Pittsburgh, and a Stanley Cup champion, as the Leafs pepper the puck around the boards to the far wing, and it's down into the Pittsburgh zone. Off the boards, Marner down into the corner, batted in front of the net. Tavares! Oh, what a save! The rebound is still there, though. Oh, what a play by Marner. And then Tavares had to knock the puck right out of midair, and it looked like he had a gimme. Played into the corner, centering pass! Knocked out, and Murray makes a big save. He lost sight of the rebound, and it's cleared by Toronto to center. Oh, boy, great action at either end.
Well, you know how Malkin could be a minus with all those points with the back-to-back chances they've been exchanging here in the second period.
Played out at center ice. That went off of David Camp, but goaltender DeSmith comes out and plays it out at center. In across the line now for Heinen. He got it into the corner. Tries to play it back of the net for McGinn. The Fergus native got it to the point in a shot. That's kicked away. There's a rebound in front. And Murray, where's the puck? There's still no whistle.
Boy, Brock McGinn was right there, looking for the loose puck. The official was behind Matt Murray.
Hurry into Menards and save big money during the last 11% off in 2022. Add style and security with Schlag lock sets. Coordinate the look of your home's decor with complementing finishes and styles. There's no more hiding keys under the doormat or losing track of copies with Schlag electronic locks. Menards carries over 50 styles of Schlag lock sets. All Schlag lock sets are 11% off. Good through November 23rd. Savings or mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Murray right behind the Leaf net, so obviously the puck was loose in the blue paint behind the Leaf goaltender, but both teams now have dodged some bullets here in the second period. We've already seen 3 goals, 2 of them by the Penguins. There could be a lot more. Crosby got robbed by Murray. Puck got through him, though, and then back into the blue paint. And I'm guessing, that Matt Murray was down thinking he had the puck covered, and then you had Ben and some other Leafs come in and try to shovel the loose puck back underneath them.
Penguins get the puck back to the blue line. Letang cuts down the left wing, goes to the net, now tries the backdoor pass, and that didn't work, and the Leafs Nylander skates it out at center ice. Got it through center, then was able to one-handed in over the line. Malkin was there to restore for Pittsburgh, and Pettersson got it out. Intercepted by Matthews, in with a shot, blockered away nicely by DeSmith. Leafs try to turn the puck over in the neutral zone. Can't, and it's backhanded deep into Toronto territory. Murray at the side of the goal. Played up on the wing. Across the line for Engvall, but his shot has ramped up off his stick and found the screen. And with 6 minutes and 10 seconds left to go, It's a 3-2 Toronto lead. 2-0 after the first. 3-0 after 11 seconds into the second when Bunting from Matthews scored. And then Raquel 54 seconds into the period. And Crosby on a huge giveaway by Sandin makes it 3-2.
Looks like they've added an assist to Willie Nylander on the Michael Bunting goal as well, Joe.
All right. Leafs get the puck free in the offensive zone. Played around the boards there by Engvall. Knocked up on the wall then by Hall, but it's poked out at center. And Holmberg turns the puck over. Brought in now by Pittsburgh. A shot. That glances off the goal post. And the rebound is launched high to center ice by Toronto. Pontus Holmberg turned the puck over right at his blue line. Dumoulin, a long lead pass that went astray, but no icing. A centering effort goes wide of the goal. Brought out into the center ice area by Toronto. Unable to find Holmberg. It's launched right back into Toronto territory by Pittsburgh. And Sandin, looking up ice, goes to his defense partner Hall. Hall returns the favor. Sandin got to center and shoots it in. Out of the net is DeSmith to play it back of the net. Leafs are getting a player change going. 5:08 to play in the period. Played in over the line by Pettersson. Down into the corner. It's returned to Pettersson. He couldn't get it in front of the net. Crosby on the left wing. Back of the net. Intercepted by Ben. Chipped along the boards, but Kerfoot couldn't help out. Now Ben has it, and he's going to launch it high to center. Trying to find Marner, who had sifted in behind everybody, but the pass was well too far for him and ends up going down on the goal. And he and Casey DeSmith have a little conversation and a smile as the face-off will come in the Pittsburgh zone.
And I believe we go into a commercial? No, I guess we're not. 4:47 to go here in the second period.
Draw one by Toronto. Bunting gets it back to the blue line, then gets it returned and got a shot in on goal. And DeSmith was able to cover up on that. And now we will go to a commercial break. It is a 3-2 Toronto lead. You're listening to Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Every year, fans debate over the draft. Who's going first? At Chuck's, they already know. The top draft choice is that icy cold 18-ounce Molson Canadian you're holding, and it's just $4 at Chuck's during Leafs games. No wonder that at draft time, Canadians are always in high demand. Chuck's Roadhouse Bar and Grill. Food the way it ought to be. Price the way it used to be.
This is you staying home this winter.
I haven't seen the sun in days.
This is you scoring a pre-Black Friday Cuba vacay from Sunwing.
I haven't seen a cloud in days. Look at the beach, the pool. Want to go snorkeling? Oh, it's go time.
With thousands of vacations to Cuba under $9.99, you get more under our wing. Sunwing's pre-Black Friday sale is on now until November 20th. Book with your travel agent or
Laptop for mom that goes from work to play. Noise-canceling headphones bring peace to dad's day. Looking for tech gifts that blow him away. The source, of course. Consoles for kids who game with their friends. Smartphone for you with 5G and zoom lens. Where can you check off your list to the end? The source, of course.
For the latest tech gifts and network advice to help them perform at their best. The source, of course.
Maple Leafs leading 3-2.
One of the other amazing stats at this point, Joey, is the fact that the Leafs only twice this year have scored more than 3 goals in a game.
That is a real astounding.
It was a 5-2 win at home, the John Tavares 3-goal, 4-point game. And then the other one was in Winnipeg. It was 4-1, but it was an empty netter was the 4th goal. That was Bunting's goal.
Penguins bring it back in over the line. Left wing side. Bluger got a shot away that was blocked, and it's knocked out into the center ice area. Heinen on the left wing now launches it high into the far corner. McGinn trying to play it back of the net for Carter. That didn't work. Now Carter gets it back of the net. Leafs trying to pressure McGinn as it comes back to the point. Trapped there by Pettersson, but he gives the puck away, and Bunting is going to flip it high to neutral ice, but right to a Pittsburgh player. And right back into the Toronto zone it goes. Leafs trying to get it freed up and and Morgan Riley pushes it ahead. David Camp through center, slaps it deep into Pittsburgh territory. 3:50 to go here in the second period, and the Penguins break it out at center. Brought in on the right side, Ryan Poehling with a backhand that was well wide of the goal. Rebound up on the near side. Dumoulin trying to play it around back of the net. Puck goes into the corner. I'll play it into the near side. After it is Giordano trying to poke it free, and now gets another crack at it back of the net. Hall engaged there as well. Pittsburgh doing a nice job here. Penguin got flattened, but no call. And in along the boards now, Giordano unable to get it freed up to his partner. Now they finally do get it off the glass, but still do not get it out. Chad Ruedel does a good job to keep it in, and now mercifully, the Leafs get it down into the Pittsburgh end with 3 minutes to play. Penguins, Ruedel sends it down into the Leaf end. No icing. Grabbed off by Toronto. Fed out at center for Marner. Marner works wide on the right side. Marner tries to center. Oh, that deflected in on goal, and Tavares got knocked down at the side of the net. Got cross-checked from behind, and no call there, but almost had his second goal of the game. Slapped into the Toronto zone. Around the boards, poked up on the wing. Marner trying to feed it back for Tavares, but it was well out of his reach. But then Tavares was able to get to the puck and just get it into Pittsburgh territory. Penguins come back into neutral ice and backhand it again into the Toronto zone. Sandin poking it along for Liljegren. Marner for Tavares. Tavares with skating room to center. Tavares with a diagonal shoot in, and then quickly to the bench for a change with 2 minutes to go. Letang comes out of his own end. He seems to have had the puck all night. Back to the blue line it comes. Petrie got a shot in on goal. It was deflected wide. Al Riley helping out Nylander to get it to the line, but not out. Kept alive by Pettersson going to the net. Bouncing puck is into the glove of Murray and held. And just a quick synopsis on Matt Murray thus far.
Well, I've liked him. I don't think you could fault him in any of the goals. I mean, even you got a deflection in front for the first one, and then Sidney Crosby with a perfect backhand on the second one. I thought especially in the first period, he squared up exceptionally well and made some big saves off Chris Letang here in the second period.
Boy, Letang seems to have the puck all night, doesn't he? Speaking of which, he has it now.
Now, guess we were telling the truth.
Played out at center ice. Good play by Riley to stand up Gunsel, but I think that was
interference. I'm with you.
I'm with you. Here's Riley back the other way. Riley into the left wing corner, centers in front. A shot there by Bunting went wide. Nicely set up by Morgan Riley. Bunting lets it go to Nylander. Back for Bunting into the corner. Bunting sends it in front. Nylander still with it. Nylander back to the blue line to Riley. To Matthews. Riley, excuse me. Matthews shot. Deflects wide of the goal. Played to the blue line, not out. Now to Matthews in the slot. Got a pass in. Backhanded in on goal. They score! Michael Bunting set up by Pontus Holmberg with his first point, and the Maple Leafs have restored the 2-goal lead.
Austin Matthews will get a point as well. 49.7 seconds left here in the second. And I don't know if Holmberg was trying to feed it over to Bunting or just threw it to the net. And Bunting got a piece of it. And earlier, just seconds before that, Matthews had a great chance in the one-timer and missed. But this time it was the Penguins that gave it away. Matthews threw it to the net. Holmberg got the rebound and then threw it back across the top of the crease. And we're going to look here. No, Bunting gets a stick on it. Then it might have gone off a stick at him, but Sidney Crosby, Joe, out for all 4 Leaf goals in this game.
Played along the boards to the line and out. 35 seconds left. Leafs back in over the line. Holmberg fanned on a pass. Able to keep the puck in momentarily. Deep into the corner now for Engvall. Engvall looking in front. Goes back to the point and a shot. That was blocked in front of the net. The old Swedish line here. Working down into the corner. And now the Penguins will get it out into the center ice area. Holmberg dropping it back for Giordano. He sees that there's just 3 seconds left. He is going to hang on to the puck, and time will run out. So the Leafs opened up a 3-0 lead, then made it look precarious by giving up a pair of goals, and then are able to restore the 2-goal lead they enjoyed at the end of the first period.
Yeah, the Leafs really gift-wrapped a couple of opportunities, and the Penguins were able to take advantage of it. But a huge goal late, and don't forget, Michael Bunting has doubled his goal total in one period, as he has both Toronto goals in period number 2. But, man, that one late was huge. You just got the feeling that the Penguins kept coming on and coming. And Matt Murray was good. He also had some help from the defense that ended up taking a couple of pucks off the goal line.
22-20, the shots favoring Pittsburgh after 40 minutes. But the scoreboard remains a 2-goal advantage for Toronto, built in the first as well. We'll send it off to our intermission and Jim Taddy and Frankie Corrado. You're listening to Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Are you concerned about your home's water? Have confidence drinking purified water from Reliance Home Comfort. With over 70,000 5-star user reviews on Google nationally, trust us to purify your water. Our dedicated experts will assess your needs and recommend the best option for pure and better tasting water. And right now, for a limited time, you could save $250 off a water purification system. So if you're concerned with your home's water,
Call on Reliance.
Conditions apply. Savings off regular price. See website for details.
TGIT.
Don't you mean TGIF?
Nope, I mean TGIT. Because Tuesdays are 2-for-1 Tuesdays at 2-for-1 Pizza. Every Tuesday, when you order a regular price pizza from the Create Your Own menu at 2-for-1 Pizza, you get a second pizza of the same size or lesser value free.
Stop endlessly searching online and start discovering the joy of holiday shopping at Oakbrook Center. Spend quality time with friends and family while finding the perfect gifts for your loved ones at Koreana, Alo Yoga, Aesop, and more. Then spread holiday cheer by spending $200 or more, and we'll donate $20 to a local food bank through Feeding America. Enjoy the spirit of the season all in one merry place. OakbrookCenter.com.
And comfort in the extreme. Schedule your Discovery test drive and compare Lincoln today. We're confident you'll be extremely glad that you did. For details, visit McAlpineLincoln.com.
Peoples of the Internet, I am Algorithm. Call me Al. My job is to take your job. Ha ha, just kidding. I am always full of funny ha ha pranks, like when you browse for an all-wheel drive online. Instead of serving up a capable Subaru to your IP, I deepfake you with a super lame SUV. Ha ha, I am laughing my hashtag off. Ha 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 ha. Funny upside down face.
Don't fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal, only at your Subaru dealer.
Today on Hey Culligan, reverse to reduce. Here's Bob.
Hey Culligan, I love fresh water, but I got plastic bottles coming out.
Whoa, Bob, you are not kidding about the bottles. But did you know Culligan's reverse osmosis and always-on drinking water systems
Do you drink almond milk in your cereal or oat milk in your coffee? But you can't find the right plant-based cheese? Do you feel plant-based cheese is so expensive or has bad ingredients? Now your life is about to change. Spiro Sunflower Cream Cheese, made from healthy sunflower seeds but tastes like real cheese. Clean ingredients, affordable, smooth creaminess. Spiro Sunflower Cheese, the best tasting plant-based cheese ever. Find Spiro at Fresh Thyme, Woodman's Market, and Better Health Market.
provide fresh, clean, delicious drinking water and help reduce the equivalent of over 15 billion plastic bottles from landfills worldwide.
Holy, fresh, environmentally friendly drinking water. Am I right?
Right, Bob. And we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.ca.
Sometimes the little things mean everything. And that doesn't change as you get older. Maybe it's a buttery Chardonnay, losing yourself in a good book, or Sunday dinners with the ones you love. I'm Doug McClatchy, CEO of Amica Senior Lifestyles, where we work to discover the little things that make you, you. So together, we can create a senior living experience that's just for you. And that never gets old. Visit us at amica.ca.
Oh, marvelously.
Prices are dropping.
Oh, marvelously.
Time to go shopping.
Oh, marvelously.
Go drool on the sheet. Oh, marvelously. Dangle your feet. Hit snooze on repeat.
Celebrate Black Friday early at Sleep Country. For a limited time, buy one, get one free on select pillows. But hurry, this amazing offer ends soon. Shop now only at Sleep Country.
Marvelously.
Sleep well, stay well. Sleep Country. There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Nylander back to the blue line to Riley, to Matthews. Matthews shot deflects wide of the goal. Played to the blue line, not out. Now to Matthews in the slot. Got a pass in, backhanded and a goal. They score! Michael Bunting set up by Pontus Holmberg with his first point, and the Maple Leafs have restored the 2-goal lead.
4-2 for the Leafs over Pittsburgh after 40 minutes of play. TSN After 40 delivered by 241 Pizza. Enjoy plant-based garden pesto pizza, pizza and wings, pizza and penne combo, and more. Visit 241pizza.com. Jim Taddy and Frankie C. with you. Frankie, what did you see there?
You know what I see, Jimmy? I see Austin Matthews being a dominant player, and I know he's not scoring or he hasn't scored yet tonight, but man, just the strength that he has on the puck, his ability to make plays, and his ability to just, he kind of fends off defenders. It seems like this guy has the puck on a string, and so, he's been really impressive for me tonight.
I'll tell you what I saw. I saw the guy we call Jake's brother, Jordy Ben, stunningly effective down low. He saved a couple of goals, and boy, this guy's like a good luck charm, isn't he?
Yeah, you could say he's a little bit of a good luck charm, but he also fills a need for this team. And when Jake Muzzin was at his best, I mean, that's where he was really thriving. It was down low, it was below his goal line, and he was physical, and he would do a really good job of kind of breaking up cycles and clearing, I guess, a lot of room for, guys to make breakout plays and get the puck going north. So Jordy Ben's doing a little bit of that tonight. He makes a big save on the goal line. And, Matt Murray has had a really good game. And the impressive thing for me is the fact that he's had to face a lot of shots from point-blank range. And the Leafs have not done him any favors in that regard, but he stood tall tonight.
Oh, boy, I mean, you want to talk about point-blank, top-of-the-crease shots. I mean, the home plate, those are home run pitches, and they're at both ends they were saved.
Yeah, and it's almost like sink or swim for Matt Murray tonight, right? Like they haven't really eased him into this game. I know the first period there was not as many shots on net, but man, in that second period, we're talking about high quality scoring chances, the kind of scoring chances that the Leafs did a good job of in the first period of limiting. In the second period, Matt Murray was there to bail them out, and he was there in a big way.
Not because we're covering the Leafs, but I liked both Maple Leaf goals in that period. They're really good plays. The last one's on a line change, and they just had really good chemistry. And the first one is, they took advantage of a situation. The two they allowed, the goals that Pittsburgh got, did not like them at all. I thought they were just really careless.
Well, so let's start with the first goal that the Leafs score in that period. It's Michael Bunting, and it's like right off the face-off, and we see the Leafs give up those kinds of goals all the time. So it's refreshing to see the Leafs score one, especially early in a period like that, and he gives you a nice cushion. But the Crosby goal is an interesting one. I want to talk about that one for a second because Rasmus Sandin is going to whiff on a pass. It's a brutal feeling as a player. It obviously can't happen, but that backhand shot by Sidney Crosby is so hard for a goaltender to read and react to because a backhand, it's tough to see the release point on a backhand. And when you add a Sidney Crosby backhand at that, who we know has one of the best in the league, and it's been one of the best for a long, long time, he almost it's almost like he takes a little bit of a backhand wrist shot. So really hard for Matt Murray to pick that up. Crosby goes against the grain. Not much he can do there. I can't find a lot of fault there on that one. But then, the Leafs just had had a few too many breakdowns in their own zone. And we talked about in the first period how they did a really good job of kind of recognizing the pressure, breaking out with the appropriate play, and getting things going north. A little more of stalled pucks in their own zone, and Pittsburgh kind of gets going. And, good thing for the Leafs, they get the fourth goal, and Michael Bunting, he's in that, that dirty area of the ice again, and that's what makes him so good. Like, that's where he needs to be. And for me, he's done a really good job tonight of asserting himself physically and emotionally into this game. We saw him get into it with Jan Ruda in front of the net. I know he wanted to drop his gloves. Refs got in the way, but that's the kind of attitude and mentality that Michael Bunting needs to bring to the rink more often than not. And, I understand it's a long season. It's 82 games. It's tough to keep that kind of intensity up. But for a guy like that, that's how you broke into the league. That's how you had success. And that's how you need to keep playing if you want to have a big role on this team. And ultimately, it is a contract year for him. You can get paid a hefty amount if you play that way.
Well, this is the one thing I think a lot of people don't understand. I mean, you made your name by doing a certain thing, and then when the new season starts, you're not doing it, and then you realize you have to do it, and you're rewarded. So why is there a drift there?
Well, sometimes you just need a little bit of a wake-up call, right? And when things don't necessarily go your way, that's the wake-up call telling you, okay, you were doing something previously you're not doing now. And it's up to you to figure that out and then find a way to execute on that. And luckily for Michael Bunting, it's things that are very fixable. Like when you talk about, him getting in front of the net and causing a little bit of a stir, he can go any shift and do that. You don't need an invitation to go do that kind of thing, that kind of stuff. So it's just being assertive, and he's done a really good job of that tonight. He's been a very noticeable player for this team.
And tonic for the Leafs is that their top two lines get 2 goals apiece. I mean, that is absolutely what they needed to have happen.
That's great. And that's, that's the coach. For me, that's the coach recognizing the right recipe, what guys need at the right time. And both lines, we talk about that 1-2 punch. Well, we can see it tonight where, the Tavares line and Mitch Marner, they're gone. And now Bunting's on the board with 2 goals and Matthews 2 assists as well.
Okay, Frankie C., thanks very much. So it's 4-2 for the Leafs over Pittsburgh after 40 minutes of play. Bunting with 2 goals, sort of starting the period and ending the period, has 4 on the season. Tavares and Marner have the other goals, and the Leafs are looking pretty good. This is Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network.
Bonjour, and welcome to Canada. World, meet your next host nation. We're looking for the next global drag superstar.
Time to win the grab. I think there might be a little bit of sabotage going on here.
The stakes are high and the heels are the highest.
Who'll be queen of the world?
Canada's Drag Race, Canada versus the World. Streaming Friday, November 18th, only on Crave. Subscribe now at crave.ca.
Sleeves up. It's time for your annual flu shot at Shoppers Drug Mart. Book today at shoppersdrugmart.ca/flu or through the PC Health app. Over 1,100 pharmacies across Canada. Subject to vaccine availability, limitations apply.
Take a break from rising prices with Pizzaville's Pickup Special. Order a 3-topping large pizza for only $14.99. Order for pickup online at pizzaville.ca or dial pound 3636 from your cell.
Get the official NHL app to watch, read, and listen to all the deeks.
All I can say is absolutely wow.
All the sauce. All the saves.
Stop from Vasilevsky.
All the hits. All the snipes. All the sellies.
He scores! Unbelievable!
All the hockey. If it's hockey, it's here. Listen to every NHL game for free, now with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Download the official NHL app now.
Your independently owned and operated Meineke Car Care Center is here to keep your car road ready. From tires and brakes to exhaust and engine repair, Meineke is your one-stop shop for total car care. Get a basic oil change starting at $39.95 or a seasonal tire changeover starting at $49.95. Plus, get 50% off on alignment when you purchase 4 tires. Book your appointment at Meineke.ca. Terms and conditions apply. Engine, brakes, tires, oil, Meineke, doing car care right.
Are you concerned about your home's water? Have confidence drinking purified water from Reliance Home Comfort. With over 70,000 5-star user reviews on Google nationally, trust us to purify your water. Our dedicated experts will assess your needs and recommend the best option for pure and better tasting water. And right now, for a limited time, you could save $250 off a water purification system. So if you're concerned with your home's water,
Call on Reliance.
Conditions apply. Savings off regular price. See website for details.
With all the talk of pumpkin spice lattes and fall colors, sometimes it's easy to forget that winter is just around the corner. Beat the winter tire rush and book your tire changeover appointment today at Maple Toyota. Thinking of buying winter tires? With Toyota's price match promise, you can feel confident that you are getting a great deal. Plus, you'll have Toyota trained technicians on your side who know your Toyota best. Make it easy. Make it Maple. MapleToyota.com.
Part of the Zankin Auto Group.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is brought to you by Maple Toyota. Build your next dream Toyota at Maple Toyota and check out Maple Toyota's pre-owned inventory arriving daily. Guy, it's time to Toyota. Visit mapletoyota.com. Yes, it's time to Toyota, he said, clearing his throat. All right, here's what we have. Stars and Lightning tied at 3 late in the second period. Midway through the second, Blue Jackets 2-0 over the Flyers. In the first, Nashville 2-0 over Minnesota. End of the second, Canucks 5-3 over Buffalo. End of the second, Devils 3-1 over the Habs. End of the second, Panthers 2-1 over Washington. And getting set to start, the Sharks in Vegas and the Red Wings in Anaheim against the Ducks. In our game 4-2 for the Leafs over Pittsburgh after 40 minutes of play. Now the third period is next. This is Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050, tsn1050.ca, the iHeartRadio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
TGIT.
Don't you mean TGIF?
Nope, I mean TGIT. Because Tuesdays are 2-for-1 Tuesdays at 2-for-1 Pizza. Every Tuesday, when you order a regular price pizza from the Create Your Own menu at 2-for-1 Pizza, you get a second pizza of the same size or lesser value free.
I think Tuesday just became my new favorite day.
2-for-1 Tuesdays at 2-for-1 Pizza. Visit 2for1pizza.com.
2-for-1 Pizza.
Upgrade your small business plan to a Rogers Infinite plan and save. Rogers Business has great deals this Black Friday through Cyber Week on 5G devices and wireless plans. The more lines you add, the more you save. That means when you switch 4 lines to a new Rogers Infinite plan, you'll save $3,000 over 24 months. Plus, get any device for $0 down with financing. Call 1-866-ROGERS-6 or visit rogers.com/save3000. Hurry, Rogers Business deals on Infinite plans won't last infinitely.
The PC Insiders Report Holiday Edition is here at Real Canadian Superstore. From awesome appies like savory PC crispy shrimp trios to desserts like PC cranberry vanilla ice cream. Ooh, both please. Super your season at Real Canadian Superstore.
So I was just at Shoppers Drug Mart, and they have like hundreds of gifts. I got an electric toothbrush, new fragrances, toys, and I got PC Optimum points. My holiday shopping is done. You should totally check it out.
Join us on the plus side where Virgin Plus members get value-packed mobile plans plus so much more, like hot new phones, plus unlimited home internet, plus loads of data for gaming, plus member benefit discounts on entertainment, plus food, plus fashion, plus sort of fashion, like novelty socks that celebrate your love of bacon. Bacon. Visit virginplus.ca or a Virgin Plus store for details. Virgin Plus, it's better to be a member.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Maple Leafs with a 4-2 lead carrying into the third period, as Michael Bunting has had his first 2-goal game of the season. John Tavares has reached the 400 club. Mitch Marner has increased a point streak to 10 games. And Sidney Crosby has been on for all 4 Leaf goals.
Yeah. What do we got? -3 for him. Of course, he didn't score the goal in the giveaway by Rasmus Sandin.
So even your math and my math can figure that out.
+4 or -4.
+1.
+1.
I got it.
I'll get it for a second. Hey, Siri.
Let's double check.
Yeah.
Do you drink almond milk in your cereal or oat milk in your coffee? But you can't find the right plant-based cheese? Do you feel plant-based cheese is so expensive or has bad ingredients? Now your life is about to change. Spiro Sunflower Cream Cheese, made from healthy sunflower seeds but tastes like real cheese. Clean ingredients, affordable, smooth creaminess. Spiro Sunflower Cheese, the best tasting plant-based cheese ever. Find Spiro at Fresh Thyme, Woodman's Market, and Better Health Market.
Good point. I think that's a good point. So the Maple Leafs will try to nurse this one through the third period and double up on their victory at home against the Vancouver Canucks. And our heart goes out to our very good friend Bruce Boudreau. That team is really struggling, and it really does seem to be only a matter of time, doesn't it? Puck down in the Pittsburgh zone, but a turnover brought out now by Brian Rust. Leafs defending to the right, and the Penguins to the left. Centering pass, good play made there by Ben to block that from getting out in front of the net. Gets back to the point, and a quick shot right on. Stopped there by Murray. Another shot Murray directs into the corner. Around the boards, it's going to come back to Letang at the near point. Letang to the far side. A wrist shot goes high off a leg, goes wide of the net. Centered in front of the net by Crosby, and it was knocked away. Pittsburgh buzzing here. Brian Rust sending it back to Crosby, back of the goal. Sent it in front of the net, and the shot was blocked. And Bunting didn't see it, and that means it stays in the Leaf end. A turnover there by Bunting as the Leafs now finally have it under control. And it's around back of the net for Jordy Ben as the rest of the players are changing.
Well, you made the comment during the intermission, Joe. I hope Crosby's not too mad being on the ice for 4 against.
There's a turnover again in the Leaf end, and Malkin is after it. Centered in front. Big save made there, and the Leafs can do nothing more than to flip it out at center ice. And a whistle. Was it a high stick that knocked it down? Certainly can't be a penalty.
Well, yeah, the Leafs have not had a power play. The Penguins have only had 2 so far in this game. But yes, Sidney Crosby looked like he was coming out angry as his line have a first-grade shift. By the way, Chris Letang -3 in the first 2 periods as well.
The last turnover was a really good pass right on Mitch Marner's stick. And Marner had to go off the heel of his stick, and instead of getting it out, it was right back into the Leaf end. As it is now, Pittsburgh sending it down deep. Hall reverses the puck along the boards, but doesn't get much help. Centering pass in front. Malkin stopped by Murray, and he clears it into the corner. Marner trying to free it up along the boards, can't. Puck is still free back at the net. It comes in front, and Kerfoot will take it to safety and finally get it out. Tavares up on the right side to Murray. Tavares got hacked down and right in front of the official, and nothing happens there either. Kept in at the blue line by Sandin. Somebody's enjoying the game in the background. Back into the corner goes Marner, centers, and Camp broke his stick trying to get the shot away.
I'm not sure how there wasn't an interference penalty called on John Tavares. Right at center ice, he had to be, 5 or 6 feet away from the puck, never touched it, and just got leveled.
Liljegren frees it up on the wing, brought out by Aston Reese. He gets it on to David Camp into the zone, back to Aston Reese, closing, and the shot was deflected into the corner by goaltender Casey DeSmith. Along the boards in the Pittsburgh zone, tries to come free. Malgin in traffic, couldn't make a little 2-foot pass to Camp, and the Penguins get it right back down into the Toronto end. Riley punching it along the boards, and the Leafs are going to get it out. Brought on to center by Aston Reese. Rolled in on the right side. Malgin will go in alone to do the forechecking, but won't get there. Played out and down the ice, and the linesman has indicated icing, and it will be called against Pittsburgh.
Boy, Matt Murray's had to be sharp here early in the third period. We're watching it again. Yeah, it was such a late hit. Wow. And John Tavares does not get the benefit of the call, but the Leafs will have the face-off in the Pittsburgh zone. By the way, the Penguins 0-4 when trailing after 2 periods this year. The Leafs 4-0-2 when leading after 2.
3 minutes left to play in the third period. Penguins get it out at center. Batted down into the Toronto zone. Under control, though, for Giordano. Got it ahead, and Yarncrook sends it down into the zone. In goes Camp after it along the wall. It comes in front of the net. Yarncrook with a shot. Sent it high over top of the net. He really had to kind of reload that and couldn't get it away in a hurry. And a bouncing puck now down into the Toronto end. Penguins knocked down on the play, grabbed off by Hall. Hall looks ahead, and it is brought on by Engvall. Mishandles the puck, then puts the play offside. It'll come back into the center ice area. 16:21 left to play here in the third period, and the Maple Leafs holding on to a 4-2 lead. They will entertain the New Jersey Devils on Thursday night, 7 o'clock start at Scotiabank Arena, and Jim and I will be there. We hope that you will join us on Thursday.
The Pittsburgh Penguins, 16 straight seasons. Right now they sit outside the playoff spot, but have made the postseason 16 straight, including 3 Stanley Cups in that stretch.
Played out its...
Sorry, Joe. I was going to say that the core is really 3 players, but pretty good 3 to have throughout that stretch.
Yep, Malkin, Crosby, Letang, that sure has. Icing call here against Pittsburgh is going to be brought back into the Penguin zone. And the Maple Leafs holding on to a 4-2 lead. Eric Kallgren is the backup goaltender. Ilya Samsonov is getting close. Leafs win the faceoff. Riley sends it towards the net off the glove of DeSmith, but grabbed off by Pittsburgh and brought out at center. The pass comes in over the line, racing in there after it, trying to get down into the corner was Paling. It comes back to the point, swept around back of the net, grabbed off there by Bluger. Bluger looking in front, but no one there, and when he did throw it, it was right onto Bunting's stick. Now to Nylander. Nylander flips it into the far corner, and Bunting and Petrie go in there after it. Now Nylander poking it back to the blue line, quickly over to Sandin. Sandin back to Nylander. Nylander turns on the forehand, got it back to the blue line. Shot then by Liljegren was deflected wide. Now Tavares at the side of the goal trying to get it in front. Played it back into the corner. Liljegren is pinched down to try and keep it alive. Tavares getting it back to the blue line, but the Leafs were in the midst of a change. And now Kerfoot will get it right back into the zone. Tavares pressures and gets a hit in on Petrie. And now here are the Penguins with a long lead pass to center. Upended there. Sandin took his man down. Should have been a penalty there that wasn't called. The boys have put the whistles away a little bit here.
I think that benefits the team that's up to, doesn't it?
I would think. Here's Marner in over the line. Can't get around the defense. Played around back of the net, and now a lead pass through center, and it is brought on now by the Penguins and get it into the zone. Zucker trying to play it in front, had it knocked away and played up on the wing, and Marner's not going to get there to get it out. Batted along the boards, down into the corner. Malkin centering pass, knocked off a stick, cleared to the line, not out. Whistling shot blocked, grabbed off by Camp, fed ahead for Kerfoot. Kerfoot is in over the line, stops up, gets it back. Now a pass in front of the net, a shot by Camp is blockered away nicely by DeSmith. And a high stick makes contact. Or does a high stick make contact with a player?
I don't know if they've got a penalty on this. The Leafs seem to be arguing with the referees. They may end up being shorthanded here, but it looked like, was it Camford Melgan that took a swat at it? Oh, this better not be a high sticking call because it was actually the puck.
Malgin hit the puck, and it hit Letang.
It wasn't the stick. It was the puck that hit Letang, and I think the Leafs are going to be penalized for this.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And I would like to translate what we're reading off the lips of Sheldon Keefe, but I don't think we're allowed to.
So the Leafs, for the third time in the game, without a response, are a man short. And the Penguins win the faceoff. Malgin into the corner, centers through everybody, back to Crosby, to the point to Letang, back to Crosby. Pass intercepted in a race, but Malgin will get back to intercept. Camp couldn't get around him. Brought on by Letang again. Punched into the corner. Down goes the Pittsburgh player. The Leafs are able to fish it free, and now we're going to send it out and down the ice.
In fairness to the official, to make that call, it was such a bang-bang play, and you saw the reaction of the Pittsburgh player Letang snap his head back. It's easier for us to see on the replay than it was live.
Gunsel sends it around the boards into the Toronto zone. Trapped by Crosby. Fed to Malkin. Malkin to the near side. Oh, and a chance in front by Brian Rust. And he had the empty net, but he shot it back to where Murray was, and it went wide. Now another shot, and Murray is able to block that away from Malkin. Puck into the corner. Knocked away by Sandin. It comes around to the near side. They bang away for it on the near boards. They don't get it out. Letang on the left wing for Malkin, and a shot, and a good blocker save made there by Murray. Liljegren takes his man to the boards. Looking in front, Jordy Ben trying to contain the Penguins. Crosby back of the net for Malkin. Back to the blue line. It'll come to Letang. He walks the line. Half a minute in the power play. Crosby with it again. Down into the corner for Malkin. Malkin trying to slide it out in front, and it comes back to Letang. Letang with a shot wide. Big rebound in front. Owen Murray comes across nicely, and Jordy Ben intercepts and gets it ahead. Here's a chance now for Kerfoot to Ben. He's in a goal. Stopped by Murray, the rebound. And Murray is able, or at least Smith is able to come across and grab it as Jordy Ben almost had his second goal in as many games.
And a smart play by Ben. He looked up, saw that the Leafs had numbers going the other way, and he takes off with Alex Kerfoot. And Kerfoot gave him the return pass, and Ben tried to go around Casey DeSmith and slip it back 5-hole, but got his own rebound, and DeSmith was able to get his glove on that. If he scores there, you've got to trade DJ Brody. Two goals in 2 games.
Brought out now by the Penguins. The power play ends. Leafs trying to kick it out, and tackled is Nylander.
I was kidding, by the way, about DJ Brody being traded.
Oh, okay.
Well, some people, I think you knew that, but you never know.
No, I was with you on that one. I knew you were just being funny Jimmy. Centering pass there by Matthews didn't work. Grabbed off by Marner in the corner. Marner out with Nylander and Matthews here on this line. And now Carter gets to center and backhands it into the Toronto end. Yes, in this day and age of
you better
social media, you better explain yourself there, Newt. Sent down into the corner now for Engvall. Engvall for the Leafs down in the offensive zone, but his centering pass is easily picked off and quickly brought back the other way. Archibald gets down into the right wing corner for Pittsburgh. The puck is reversed to Morgan Riley, but not able to clear it was Yarncrook. Riley against the boards again, running into traffic. Knocked his man down. Played up on the wing then by Liljegren, but it doesn't clear. It's back into the corner, and Liljegren's after it again. Trying to free it up. It comes along the wall. Poked to the blue line. Long shot kept in. Yarncrook far side. Trying to get it freed up now for Liljegren, who has a little bit of space and time. And he finds Morgan Riley, who will get it back to him. Liljegren passed it right in front of his own goal, and guess who was standing around there was Sidney Crosby. This time Holmberg was able to get it free, and Tavares is able to get it out. Up on the right side is Kerfoot with speed and over the line. Kerfoot had a man fall down. Oh, and he had a chance to take it right to the net. And he tried to send it off to Tavares on a wing. Oh, my, what a botched play that was. Brought on now by Tavares. Left wing side, Kerfoot. Kerfoot in across the line. Slides it down into the corner. Centering pass. Marner takes it around back of the net and stops. Bank pass back to the blue line to Sandin. Over on the far side for Hall. Hall back of the net for Aston Reese. He can't get it in front of the net. And the Penguins, Crosby is bringing it out. When the player fell down, now we got Marner intercepting a pass, taking a long shot. An easy glove save there by DeSmith. Kerfoot, the defenseman fell down. He had an avenue right to the net. And I think the most surprised person on the ice was Tavares when he was getting a pass from him.
Well, Kerfoot just 1 goal on the year, so maybe not 100% confident when it comes to scoring chances.
Played off the boards to center by Liljegren. 9:12 to play in the period. Leafs still up by 2, 4-2. Shot down into the Toronto zone. Knocked around back of the net and fed up on the wing, but Malgin can't get out. David Camp trying to get away from one man, plays it back for Liljegren. Liljegren, a nice little pass for Morgan Riley, and the Leafs escape. A quick pass up on the left wing for Denny Malgin. Malgin doesn't go to the net, and then when he does, he slid it harmlessly towards the goal. Malkin going to the bench, drops the puck back.
Do you drink almond milk in your cereal or oat milk in your coffee? But you can't find the right plant-based cheese? Do you feel plant-based cheese is so expensive or has bad ingredients? Now your life is about to change. Spiro Sunflower. Find Spiro at Fresh Thyme, Woodman's Market, and Better Health Market.
I didn't think I had time for college, but WGU lets me earn an accredited degree on my own terms. I can fit courses around my schedule, take tests when I'm ready, do schoolwork while I'm at home, on the go, or even on my lunch break. My education is in my hands. A nonprofit university that offers convenient online programs and maximum flexibility? I'm going back to school at WGU. I didn't think I had time for college, but WGU lets me earn an accredited degree on my own terms. I can fit courses around my schedule, take tests when I'm ready, do schoolwork while I'm at home, on the go, or even on my lunch break. My education is in my hands. A nonprofit university that offers convenient online programs and maximum flexibility? I'm going back to school at WGU.
Listen up, everyone. The ACA Health Insurance Marketplace is now open for enrollment. It's time to get insured, Illinois. I know you think health insurance is complicated, but Get Covered Illinois connects you to the local navigators to help you get the plan you need. GetCoveredIllinois.gov can guide you to financial help, quality coverage, and enrollment assistance. Remember, your simplified health coverage journey starts at GetCoveredIllinois.gov.
Fed ahead, it deflects high into the air, into the Toronto end. A quick shot from a sharp angle. Down is Murray. The scramble's on. The puck's still free somewhere. It's around back of the net. Fed down into the near corner. Ruedel with a shot that went wide. Yarncrook is late getting to it on the far wall and now engaged by two Penguins. Fed back of the net. The Leafs, Giordano returns the favor to Hall. Hall gets it out, and the Penguins bring it back in offside. So a break here with the Leafs nursing, and I do underline that term, nursing, a 2-goal lead here in the third period. You're listening to Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with you. 500,000 Canadians have found help with their debt, and so can you, with Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada. They are one of the largest nonprofit credit counseling organizations in the country, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They could help you consolidate your bills into one affordable payment, minimize your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-318-1940. That's 1-800-318-1940. Let Consolidated Credit get you back to a debt-free life. Call 1-800-318-1940. Call toll-free today for a free consultation. 1-800-318-1940. Ontario license number 4705786.
Right now.
Right meow.
There are deeply fake SUVs pretending to be as capable as a Subaru.
Smubaru.
But if you want symmetrical...
Schmeometrical.
all-wheel drive...
Me all-wheel drive.
And award-winning safety, forget what the copycats are saying.
Who, me? You?
Yes, me you. Insist on the original and don't fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal from your Smubaru dealer. Subaru dealer.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
The Leafs lead 4-2 on a pair of goals from Michael Bunting. John Tavares with his 400th And Mitch Marner extending a point streak to the third longest in his career, now 10 games. But there have been plenty of opportunities for the Penguins here in this second period. Down into the Toronto zone. Ben plays it around back of the net for defense partner Riley. He fanned on a pass. Now an emergency. Let's just get rid of it, and gets it out at center. Penguins right back in over the line, dropping along the boards. Nylander unable to stop up his man there, as it was Bluger who got it into the corner. They jam along the boards, brought out by Bluger back to the point. Shot from the blue line, deflected by Ben into the corner boards. Matthews trying to poke it to the line. Did he get it out? Apparently not. Now he gets a return pass at center, but can't control the puck. Puck along the boards in the center ice area. Bouncing in front of the Pittsburgh bench, and now cleared back into the Penguin end. They'll regroup there. Jan Ruta gets to center, sent it in. Leafs send it right back out. It's going to go down into the Pittsburgh end. 7 minutes to play here in the third. The Leafs 4, the Penguins 2. Back to the blue line and a quick turnover. Penguins bring it down the left wing boards. Stopping up is Gunsel. Played it around back of the net. Crosby off the boards. The ever-present Letang is there. Into the slot area for Gunsel. Back to Letang for a shot. And the ever-present Matt Murray is there for Toronto, who has been very, very solid in Toronto's net here this evening. The Leafs 4, the Penguins 2. You're listening to Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Every year, fans debate over the draft. Who's going first? At Chuck's, they already know. The top draft choice is that icy cold 18-ounce Molson Canadian you're holding, and it's just $4 at Chuck's during Leafs games. No wonder that at draft time, Canadians are always in high demand. Chuck's Roadhouse Bar and Grill. Food the way it ought to be. Price the way it used to be.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Hi, I need to realign my chakras, and I think consolidating my debts into one easy payment would really help. I'd like a loan.
Do you own your home?
Yes.
Then you're approved.
Namaste.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
FSRA license 12616.
'Tis the season of giving and the season of stressing. Shop Amazon this holiday for decompressing. Save on silk robes and bath bombs, they're refreshing. When your parents and in-laws just aren't really meshing. Or when your kid brother won't pass the ranch dressing. And the thought of dry turkey gets way too distressing. Whatever holiday nerves you're repressing, Amazon's holiday deals are never depressing.
I'm fine.
Joe Bowen and Jim Ralph back here in the studios at TSN with the Leafs in Pittsburgh tangling with the Penguins and leading 4-2 here in the third period.
Austin Matthews with an assist tonight has not found the back of the net, but we have seen on a more regular basis, Joe, including Nick Robertson's overtime winner against Dallas. Matthews has been in shooting areas, but unselfishly has looked off to find guys wide open, and that was the case with Bunting's first goal.
Here's a 2-on-1 for the Maple Leafs. Tavares is in over the line on the left wing, and a sprawling defender was able to deflect that. I think that was Marcus Pettersson, who was able to get down and get a block and send it up into the screen.
After John Tavares stole the puck in the Leaf zone along the left wing boards, and just up ice he goes, throws it to the net, and looking over his shoulder at the official, wondering if a penalty was going to be called, but probably didn't have to ask.
Leafs have not had a power play tonight. The Penguins have had 3 and have not scored either of their 2 goals with the man advantage. Played in by Riley around back of the net for Bunting, trying to center in front of the net, off a skate and went wide. Riley back of the goal for Bunting. Bunting curls out of the corner, centered in front for Nylander. It was blocked. Another shot trickles wide of the Pittsburgh goal from Riley. Leafs back into the attack. to the blue line once more. Riley again looking across ice. Matthews let it go, and Bunting did his best dance step to get out of the way, but it went wide of the net. And the Leafs have it again, but only turn it over, and the Penguins will get it out. Across the line on the right wing side, rolling puck in front of the net, knocked away. The Leafs will just chip it into an empty area down in Pittsburgh territory. 5:45 left to play in the third. Brought in over the line with a backhand that went wide of the Leaf net. Chipped along the boards by Kerfoot to get out. Petrie backpedals into his own zone. Played it up on the right wing side. Raquel works down the right side. Tried to send a shot in from a sharp angle. And Murray had a pretty good grasp of that near goal post to make sure it wasn't going to go in, and then was able to snap a glove down and cover up and hold for a face-off in the Toronto zone. Into the home stretch. The Leafs 4, the Penguins 2. You're listening to Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
The important things in life never get old. That song you loved in high school, the feeling of your grandchild's hand wrapped around your finger, a sky full of stars. I'm Doug McClatchy, CEO of Amica Senior Lifestyles, where we embrace those things that never get old while supporting those that do. With professional, personal.
When you don't want your busy evenings to signal the end of dinner time exploration, try Blue Apron's 2 or 4 serving menu plan so you're always cooking something new and enjoying fresh seasonal ingredients. Don't miss out on our biggest Black Friday sale ever. Choose from an ever-changing mix of high-quality meat, fish, vegetarian, WW recommended, and wellness offerings.
Toronto zone. Hall skates back after it and quickly slams it around the wall to get it to the line, but not out. He'll try again as it's sent back in. He'll try a third time and still can't get it out. And then a shot is stopped there by Murray. Now Engvall finally gets it out, and in need of getting to center and doing just that is Aston Reese, who sends it down into the Penguins' end with 3:09 to play. Jeff Petrie up at center. Long shoot-in is into the glove of Murray. And the veteran goaltender, 28 years young, from Thunder Bay, Ontario, 2-time Stanley Cup champion right here. Oh, right there. We're here in Toronto, but right there in
over
Pittsburgh. There. And if you look here.
By the way, the Leafs' last one in Pittsburgh was November 3rd, 2018. Freddie Anderson stopped 31 shots. Morgan Riley scored twice. John Tavares opened the scoring. That would be the game winner in a 5-0 win. There have been a lot of ugly ones in Pittsburgh since then.
Against the boards, played to the line, not out. Grabbed off now, and a shot goes down into the corner. Penguins still with it. We now understand the net is empty. We haven't been able to see it yet, but it's down. 6 attackers on the ice for Pittsburgh. Letang, left wing boards, had his pass intercepted by Matthews, couldn't clear. To the near side, Malkin steps in, and Morgan Riley makes a great play to strip the puck away from him. Bunting looking for a third, just missed. The rebound down the boards, but the Leafs are getting there, and then Nylander finishes the deal.
Boy, Bunting had the option to look for Nylander in the middle of the ice on the first attempt. But the long shot goes wide, bounces off the backboards. Nylander picks it up on the right wing side and steps it in from a fairly sharp angle. But that should do it from a Leafs standpoint. 5-2 with 2:23 to go.
17:37, the time of Willie Nylander's 7th goal of the season. Into the empty net.
But boy, yeah, Willie Nylander was wide open. If Bunting just lobs this to center, he's got Nylander wide open. But unfortunately, Nylander read the carom off the backboard, skated into it, and just snapped it into the empty cage for the extra marker.
Yeah, he snapped it. He was at a pretty stiff angle, so that was a lot more difficult shot than it looked. And I think now they're looking over the tablet saying, now, I was open over there, But Michael Bunting doesn't score a lot of hat tricks.
You have one in Detroit, I believe, last year.
Yeah.
In one of the football score games.
Draw won by Pittsburgh. 2:06 to play. Goaltender back in the net for the Penguins, and the Maple Leafs get it out. Hall getting it ahead at center. Holmberg, who got his first NHL point here this evening, gets it down into the Pittsburgh zone. Pittsburgh out shooting the Leafs 36-32. Is Matt Murray a game star in your estimation, Mr. Ralph?
Absolutely.
Bouncing.
Keep the connected devices in your home protected from Wi-Fi threats with XFi Advanced Security, included with Xfinity Internet at no extra cost. Can your internet do that? Activate Advanced Security today through the Xfinity app and learn about upgrading your in-home Wi-Fi experience with XFi Complete. It includes unlimited internet data and will help ensure you get the most Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home. Go to Xfinity.com/XFi Complete, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. XFi and XFi Complete available to Xfinity Internet customers with a compatible XFi gateway.
Pluck, a bouncing pluck or puck gets out into the center ice area, and the Penguins are back in the. You think this is easy, eh?
Hey, no.
My tongue is whapping up and down in my mouth a lot.
I'm aware. No, I meant it seems like some of the most dangerous mistakes you could make is saying the word puck.
Yes, you can. Or pluck, I guess.
Yes.
Anyway, it's out. And the Leafs have that rondelle up against the boards. And it's pinned there by Ruutu, and they can keep it there for the rest of the night if they want. Oh, now the Leafs are going to get a power play, I bet, because Carter has kind of thrown a bit of a butt end at one of the Leafs coming in late.
Yeah, you're right.
This will be the. Now, it was really close, just 3-1 on power plays.
And we'll see, unless they go 4-on-4. We've already done that tonight.
I think it was Kerfoot that Carter was given the back end of the stick to. And after all of this scrum, we'll see there's 1:04 to go. And we better remind everybody about the Grey Cup. The Toronto Argonauts will be up against the Blue Bombers in Regina. My son Sean flew out with the team today. There's snow out there, mister, and she's cold.
Did he made it okay?
Yep.
Everything's good?
Everything's good. First stop was at the beer store, and everything's fine there, too. 1:04 to go in the third period.
Oh, Toronto power play.
Oh, hey, there you go. Carter, I got to read this now. Power play brought to you by Ontario Subaru dealers. Beware of deep fake car claims online with over 97% of Subarus sold. Still on the road after 10 years. Don't fall for the fakes this fall. Get the real deal only at your Subaru dealer.
And Sheldon Keefe is going to go with the second unit here.
Bunting out there along with Kerfoot. Kerfoot back to the point to Sandin. 55 seconds left. Bunting looking for a pass if he can get it. Now Kerfoot with a shot, blockered away by DeSmith. Bunting after it. Kerfoot steals, couldn't get it in front to Bunting, and it shot down the ice. And the Leafs will go back. This is not going to help power play statistic at all, one would think. 31 seconds left to go, and the Leafs have control of the puck through center. To Bunting on the left wing. Dished in along the boards for Yarncrook and stolen by Pittsburgh and shot down the ice. Matt Murray leaving it behind the net. And the Leafs are probably going to be quite happy just to keep it down that way. Kill off the remaining 8 seconds. And that will do it. Matt Murray picks up his first Toronto Maple Leaf victory. He had 177 of them wearing the other team's jersey while in Pittsburgh. His first is a Game Star worthy performance as the Maple Leafs win 4-2, and John Tavares back on the ice, which is a good sign.
And a pretty good homecoming for Matt Murray. He did play against the Penguins in Ottawa last season. Lost 2-0, stopped 42 shots. The second goal was in an empty net. So he gives up 1 goal in Ottawa at home against the Penguins and gives up just 2 in Pittsburgh with a Leaf 5-2 victory. And I thought Joe, I thought he made a lot of huge saves. First period, came up with some big ones, and then when Pittsburgh was really close, after they made it 3-2, the Penguins had a number of great opportunities, and then some early in the third that Matt Murray was able to knock away. And that is the one thing that I think when you look at this team at this point, you're saying, we haven't seen the best of them yet. We haven't seen the offense. Like we said, this is only the third time this year the Leafs have scored more than 3 goals in a game. Your top 2 goalies have been hurt almost from the start of the season. And you're still, 9-5-3. So that's pretty good for things not going real well.
No.
When you hope that the offense is going to kick into gear. And if you can get Matt Murray and Samsonov playing the way he was before he got hurt, I think you're going to be okay with a 2-man team, or one of them simply runs away with the number 1 spot.
Well, 2-goal effort from Michael Bunting, single tallies to Tavares, Marner, and Nylander are the difference in this one as the Maple Leafs skate to a 5-2 victory in Pittsburgh against the Penguins. Post-game show is coming your way, and we have got Frankie Corrado joining Jim Taddy. You've been listening to Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Here's the sweetest word in soccer. Goal! Now, let's talk about the sweetest goal. As the official automotive sponsor of the Italian soccer trio of Insigne, Bernardeschi, and Crescito, the Zenkin Auto Group has ever only had one goal: to make your auto buying experience the best you've ever had. That's the way it always is at each of the 38 automotive dealerships who proudly say,
part of the Zenkin Auto Group. There's always that one gift giver. You know, the one that's done their shopping early, knows what everyone likes, and is just so perfect. And then there's you, trying to find a parking spot at the mall so you can buy a gift you hope they'll like. Not this year. This year, you've got gift giving covered with Vanilla Visa prepaid cards. They can be used everywhere, in-store, online, and they're available at Petro Canada. Perfect for you last-minute shoppers. Vanilla Visa prepaid cards. Give the gift of choice.
Oh, marvelously.
Prices are dropping.
Oh, marvelously.
Time to go shopping.
Oh, marvelously.
Go drool on the sheet. Oh, marvelously. Dangle your feet. Hit snooze on repeat.
Celebrate Black Friday early at Sleep Country. For a limited time, buy one, get one free on select pillows. But hurry, this amazing offer ends soon. Shop now only at Sleep Country.
Marvelously.
Sleep well, stay well. Sleep Country.
TGIT.
Don't you mean TGIF?
Nope, I mean TGIT. Because Tuesdays are 2-for-1 Tuesdays at 2-for-1 Pizza. Every Tuesday, when you order a regular price pizza from the Create Your Own menu at 2-for-1 Pizza, you get a second pizza of the same size or lesser value free.
I think Tuesday just became my new favorite day.
2-for-1 Tuesdays at 2-for-1 Pizza. Visit 2for1pizza.com.
2-for-1 Pizza.
Hey, James Duthie from McAlpine Lincoln in Aurora. By all means, go ahead and compare Lincoln to the competition. You may be surprised to see how our luxury SUVs stack up. With our calm interiors, suite of standard driver assist technologies, and pickup and delivery service, Lincoln brings you thoughtful experiences and comfort in the extreme. Schedule your discovery test drive and compare Lincoln today. We're confident you'll be extremely glad that you did. For details, visit McAlpineLincoln.com.
Here's a question. Why is it called fine print? Kind of seems like it's not really all that fine after all. Plus, it's really confusing. I didn't think I'd need a law degree to sign up for a phone plan. That's why I like Public Mobile. They don't have fine print because they don't do long-term contracts. If I want to change my plan, I don't have to make a case for it. I can just change it online all by myself. When it comes to your phone expectations, don't get called to the bar, raise it. Public Mobile. Mobility on your terms.
First Up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
This is Leafs Game Night on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network. The Leafs live here.
Matt Murray leaving it behind the net, and the Leafs are probably going to be quite happy just to keep it down that way. Kill off the remaining 8 seconds, and that will do it. Matt Murray picks up his first Toronto Maple Leaf victory. He had 177 of them wearing the other team's jersey while in Pittsburgh. His first is a Game Star worthy performance as the Maple Leafs win 4-2, and John Tavares back on the ice, which is a good sign.
Yeah, John Tavares took a high stick on a follow-through of his shot, got his 400th goal, and the Leafs win this game 5-2, go to 9-5-3 on the season. Jim Taddy and Frankie Corrado with you on Leafs Game Night, the post-game show. That was a win-win situation for the Leafs, wasn't it?
Yeah. What are the two wins for you there, Jimmy?
Well, the two wins are all the elite players all did their job, and yeah. I don't know that I have to go back through the file, but I don't know that those two top lines look like that at any other time during the year. And the other two it's a daily double. Jordy Ben was fantastic, and so was Matt Murray, and those are two question marks going into this game.
Yeah, and listen, for Matt Murray tonight, that's a big win for him. Like, he faced 37 shots, and he faced a lot of high danger.
Listen up, everyone. The ACA Health Insurance Marketplace is now open for enrollment. It's time to get insured, Illinois. I know you think health insurance is complicated, but Get Covered Illinois connects you to the local navigators to help you get the plan you need. GetCoveredIllinois.gov can guide you to financial help, quality coverage, and enrollment assistance. Remember, your simplified health coverage journey starts at GetCoveredIllinois.gov.
I didn't think I had time for college, but WGU lets me earn an accredited degree on my own terms. I can fit courses around my schedule, take tests when I'm ready, do schoolwork while I'm at home, on the go, or even on my lunch break. My education is in my hands. A nonprofit university that offers convenient online programs and maximum flexibility? I'm going back to school at WGU. I didn't think I had time for college, but WGU lets me earn an accredited degree on my own terms. I can fit courses around my schedule, take tests when I'm ready, do schoolwork while I'm at home, on the go, or even on my lunch break. My education is in my hands. A nonprofit university that offers convenient online programs and maximum flexibility? I'm going back to school at WGU.
It's open enrollment for the ACA Health Insurance Marketplace. Do you need help picking the best coverage for you and your family? Connect with a local navigator at getcoveredillinois.gov to get financial help, quality coverage, and free enrollment assistance. Remember, if you need mental health services, preventive and wellness care, or prescription drugs, your simplified health coverage journey starts at getcoveredillinois.gov.
Chances, a lot of point-blank chances, and he stood tall, and he gave his team a chance to win, and ultimately it was the best players, the star players for Toronto who outplayed Pittsburgh's best players, and that's the recipe, right? Like, when you have a team that's loaded up the way Toronto is, with all the money allocated and 4 or 5 big players, you need those guys to lead the way, and they certainly did tonight, Jimmy.
Well, they did on the score sheet, but also the way they played. I thought there was really good chemistry there. They really looked, you noticed them every time they were out on the ice in a positive fashion. And again, I go back to this. I don't know that we would have said that for 6 forwards over the course of the previous 16 games. You saw moments of it, but not those top 2 lines firing like that.
No, exactly. And I got to give a little bit of credit here to Sheldon Keefe, because it's not easy when you have something that you think works really well. And what I'm referring to is the line combinations the way you had them with Matthews and Marner, Tavares and Nylander. It could be easy for a coach to get really stuck in on keeping those guys together because of what could be, right? And just saying, okay, they're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. And he does a little bit of tinkering, and you see the results that you get from that. I thought Mitch Marner and John Tavares looked really, really good together. They haven't played together very much over the last couple of years, but it feels like they just kind of picked up where they left off when they did play together more regularly. So that line was really, really good with Alex Kerfoot. And then with Matthews and Nylander, there's just something about those guys that, we know how Matthews is. He's big, he's strong, he has a physical element to it. They're always kind of picking your pocket. He really has found a true home in this lineup, and that speaks to two things. That speaks to Alex Kerfoot's versatility as a player, but it also speaks to the fact that, there's still something missing up front, but, from time to time, he can fill a role as you need it. And then, I thought the fourth line was really good. I thought Dennis Malgin had a good game. Zach Aston-Reese could have had a goal. He just missed the net point blank there in the third period. David Kampf had a good game. So, when you have 9 forwards that really, really came to play the way the Leafs forwards did tonight, and, the third line was okay. There wasn't a ton there, but when you really have, your leaders leading the way, and when they look across the ice, and you can say that Matthews played better than Crosby, and Tavares played better than Malkin, and Marner played better than Gensel. When you keep going down the line like that, you say, okay, you deserve to win that game. You outplayed your opponent that you were matched up against.
Yeah, the other point is, and you're talking about Coach Keefe, and I totally agree with you. The other point is, I don't know what he could have changed to if this didn't work. I think he's pretty well tried every combination.
Yeah, that's a good point too. And listen, it's not like it was a perfect game for the Leafs. There was a lot of big chances they gave up. Matt Murray kept them in a lot of that game. And if you didn't have Matt Murray playing to that standard tonight, we could be talking about a very different game. And it's amazing how a goaltender can help, keep certain guys out of the video room, right? Like Noodles, Jamie McLennan talks about that all the time, right? You just get a couple saves and it keeps certain guys out of the video room, and it keeps a certain kind of morale around the team. And for Matt Murray, he did that tonight. Now, the question or the challenge is going to be, how do you feel in the morning? Are you able to get up? Are you able to go on the ice? Are you gonna be able to roll this thing over day, week over week, a few months at a time here? Because, if that's the goaltending you're going to get from Matt Murray, man, I'm excited about that. I really am, because I thought he was great tonight, and I thought he battled hard. He was very competitive, and that's all you can really ask from him. He actually did more than you can ask from him in that situation, where he hasn't played in a little while, and he was going into an old building there in Pittsburgh where that was his first time back.
Yeah, and let's be honest, he made a lot of lateral moves tonight, so his movement was very good.
Yeah, right. And so if you look at it from a technical standpoint, you're like, okay, it looked like he moved pretty well. It looked like he was able to battle on some pucks and, some desperation saves. Those are the ones when you're a player and you're trying to come back from an injury, it's the desperation movements. It's the instinctual things that you really can't account for when you're doing, rehab and training in a controlled setting. So, Matt Murray had more than one instance tonight where it's all bets are off. He's got to make a desperation save, and sure enough, he was there, and he gets through the 60 minutes, and now we'll see how he feels going forward.
Okay, 5-2, the Leafs win in Pittsburgh. This is Leafs Game Night on TSN 1050, tsn1050.ca, the iHeartRadio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
Every year, fans debate over the draft. Who's going first? At Chuck's, they already know. The top draft choice is that icy cold 18-ounce Molson Canadian you're holding, and it's just $4 at Chuck's during Leafs games. No.
Stop endlessly searching online and start discovering the joy of holiday shopping at Oakbrook Center. Take photos with Santa, find gifts for your loved ones, and dine on seasonal favorites all in one merry place. OakbrookCenter.com.
Wonder that at draft time, Canadians are always in high demand. Chuck's Roadhouse Bar and Grill. Food the way it ought to be. Price the way it used to be.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Hi, I'm looking to upgrade my kitchen.
Bathroom, Mom. We need an extra bathroom.
Emily, hang up.
Ugh, this is so unfair.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I need a loan for some home renos.
Well, do you own your home?
Of course. I'm the owner.
Then you're approved. Enjoy your new kitchen.
Bathroom!
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
FSRA license 12616. Ugh.
Laptop for mom that goes from work to play. Noise canceling headphones bring peace to dad's day. Looking for tech gifts that blow him away. The source, of course. Consoles for kids who game with their friends. Smartphone for you with 5G and Zoom blends. Where can you check off your list to the end? The Source, of course.
For the latest tech gifts and network advice to help them perform at their best. The Source, of course.
Leafs game night 5-2. The Leafs win in Pittsburgh. Jim Taddy and Frankie Corrado with you. Going to hear from Mitch Marner very shortly. But in the meantime, Frank, can you recall a game where there was so many point-blank opportunities right in front of the goaltender that did not cross the goal line?
I'm sure if I go back into the highlight reel, I can definitely find a few of them, but they are fortunate that a few of those didn't go in, and there's Matt Murray with some desperation saves. There's Jordy Ben with a great play on the goal line to prevent one from going in, and you think about the momentum swings that those kind of plays can have for you, and you get them to go your way tonight, and it keeps you in the lead, and it keeps you in a comfortable position in that game. And Jimmy, don't look now, but the Leafs are 5-1-2 in their last 8 games, and when we talk about the October that they had and the fact that they struggled out of the gate, they've found ways to get points now, not necessarily playing dominant hockey. They're playing good hockey, and it's still not dominant yet. So that's the encouraging thing for this team. It's like, you're finding ways to keep pace or set the pace, and stay in that that pile of teams that's going to be in the Atlantic and going to be in the Metro especially. So it's a very encouraging time for the Maple Leafs right now, especially considering the start that they did have.
Okay, going to hear from Mitch Marner very shortly. He scored his 4th of the season, 15:04, exactly 3 minutes after Tavares had given the Leafs a 1-0 lead, so it's 2-0, and that was a great setup. Tavares and Riley really did a nice job on that setup, didn't they?
Yeah, really good. And listen, those guys were great all night long. I thought Morgan Riley did a really good job of asserting himself into the play, not playing too aggressive, right? Like Morgan Riley does a really good job, generally speaking, of understanding when to jump into the rush and when to be effective when doing so, but Mitch Marner and John Tavares were really good tonight. Like Marner had a really good understanding of where Tavares was, and Tavares was doing his thing as far as protecting the puck and playing down low, and those guys were reading off each other really well. And Jimmy, you like to use the term chemistry from time to time, and I don't mind it really, but really what chemistry is it's guys communicating well, it's guys understanding where they're going to be on the ice together, a certain level of predictability that goes along with that. And so when you talk about chemistry, there's little things that go into it. And tonight, for Mitch Marner and John Tavares, who had really, really strong games, that's what they were doing tonight. There was an understanding of what needed to be done, and they were on the same page doing that.
Yeah, I call it like chemistry of the play. Not do you get along, but can you read what's happening, and can you adjust and make the play?
Taking out med school loans had me watching every penny. I took 2 buses to get to campus. During my residency, I walked 20 blocks. But since I opened a Laurel Road Link checking account when I refinanced my loans, I got a crazy low rate plus a cash bonus. And all that extra money helped me finally buy my own car.
Where are we going?
Anywhere we want.
Laurel Road for Doctors. Banking, insights, and benefits uniquely designed for doctors. See laurelroad.com/doctor checking for full terms and conditions. Laurel Road is a brand of KeyBank N.A. member FDIC.
I didn't think I had time for college, but WGU lets me earn an accredited degree on my own terms. I can fit courses around my schedule, take tests when I'm ready, do schoolwork while I'm at home, on the go, or even on my lunch break. My education is in my hands. A nonprofit university that offers convenient online programs and maximum flexibility? I'm going back to school at WGU. I didn't think I had time for college, but WGU lets me earn an accredited degree on my own terms. I can fit courses around my schedule, take tests when I'm ready, do schoolwork while I'm at home, on the go, or even on my lunch break. My education is in my hands. A nonprofit university that offers convenient online programs and maximum flexibility? I'm going back to school at WGU.
Buying a home like the one I grew up in has been my dream. We had this great yard where my brother and I would run under the sprinklers. We had a big kitchen table where I told my parents I got into med school. Now I'm a member of Laurel Road for Doctors, where I got a great rate on a physician mortgage and was eligible for no money down and no PMI, so I can make new memories in my own home.
Laurel Road for Doctors. Banking, insights, and benefits uniquely designed for doctors. See laurelroad.com/doctorhome for full terms and conditions. Laurel Road is a brand of KeyBank N.A. and equal housing lender. NMLS 399797.
Play happen.
Yeah, that's exactly it, right? And it's really encouraging that your top two lines factored in on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 5 goals tonight were from players on your top line, and so that just kind of tells you that the leaders are leading the way, and the elite players are playing at an elite level. And earlier on in the season, when that wasn't the case, you could see how this team kind of struggled, right? It struggled to get going, and not the case right now. Like, these guys have taken their game to another level. And one other thing, Jimmy, like, Austin Matthews doesn't score tonight, but for me, he was a really, really impactful player on the game. I know he has a couple assists on the night, but like, the way he can find ways to contribute without scoring goals is really impressive. Either he's setting plays up, but he's using his body and gets a lot of leverage on guys, carries a lot of the play. Like, he's a dominant player, and it's only a matter of time until he really starts filling the net at a high level.
Totally agree. Here's Mitch Marner on this potentially being the team's best game of the year.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that minute or two where they really pushed, they really got some things going. I still think probably even longer than a minute or two. Murray was there to stop a lot of massive saves. Benny stopped one there as well, which is huge. And, I think we just stuck with it. We knew we needed to start the third in a big way, and it's a big goal from Matt's line.
What do you like the most with the way you guys went with that Pittsburgh push and kind of regrouped after the 2 quick goals?
Just stay patient with it. Not getting too flustered, not getting too panicked, I would say, and realizing that we have a lot of game left, and we've been playing a solid game. It's just about going back to our ways and making plays when it's available, coming back to support each other, being around the puck in D zone, to when we get into O zone, try and get it off the wall, find guys through the middle. And I thought we did a good job of that tonight.
He's been great all year, but how impressive was John tonight?
Yeah, another great game by him. Just made plays, found himself in spots that are quiet, and made a lot of great plays for us, and made a lot of great defensive plays as well, just being in the right spots, being good outs, and starting a lot of rush chances.
What do you think's allowed for you guys to just pick up where you left off from playing together years ago, and the odd time to just kind of finding that chemistry specifically off the wall?
I feel like this is a question every day with you guys, man. It's not hard trying to switch really between John and Matt's. Like I said, in a lot of areas, both guys, when you get them in the slot with an opportunity at net, especially when there's net front presence and stuff like that, I think they got a pretty high chance of scoring that goal. And both of them make great plays. Someone can get pucks off the wall, can beat guys one-on-one and make plays. So for me, with either guy, it's just trying to find ice for them, trying to get them in ice that they can make their plays on, and trying to just draw people towards me that open up a little more for them.
You mentioned Ben. What's he meant the last couple of games, especially losing TJ?
Hey, it's been great. I mean, just overall in the locker room, just everything. He's brought a great presence. Obviously, his presence on the ice, and he's a big guy. He's not afraid to throw his body around. He's not afraid to get in lanes, and he's got an intimidating look out there. So he's done a great job stepping up with TJ out and Jake, and he's really done a great job these last 2 games for us.
Happy for Matt to get a win here.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was one of our main talks today, is trying to get that to happen. And like I said, he made a couple unbelievable stops to keep us in this game and keep it how it is. And it's always a big win when it's your first one for a team, but especially when it's against an old team.
What's intimidating about the look is the beard?
Benny?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, do you want to fight him?
Just curious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a whole look. He's got that lumberjack look that if you mess around with, I'm sure he takes a lot of people down. So he lives in Dallas too. He's not afraid to do some crazy stuff. So it's not a guy that I would want to go one-on-one with in a corner in a fight. So we're lucky to have him. He's been a great addition here the last couple of games, and he's came in and brought a great presence with Mel.
Leafs win it by a score 5-2 over Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. This is Leafs Game Night on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network.
Ever find yourself in a situation where you really want to pick something but can't? Mega wedgie? Peeling sunburn? Pesky little nose goblins? The worst! But at Kudo, picking isn't shamed. In fact, it's highly encouraged. With our new Pick Your Perk plans, you get to personalize your phone plan with the free feature that makes you happy. Now, who wouldn't pick that? So pick away, picky people. Pick away.
Kudo! Some things leave you guessing. Like, why are yawns so contagious? But you know who doesn't leave you guessing? MailChimp. MailChimp analyzes data from billions of emails to offer up personalized recommendations for how to improve things like your email content and audience targeting. Guess less and sell more with the #1 email marketing and automation brand, Intuit MailChimp, based on competitor brands' publicly available data on worldwide numbers of customers in 2021-2022.
TGIT.
Don't you mean TGIF?
Nope, I mean TGIT. Because Tuesdays are 2-for-1 Tuesdays at 2-for-1 Pizza. Every Tuesday, when you order a regular price pizza from the Create Your Own menu at 2-for-1 Pizza, you get a second pizza of the same size or lesser value free.
I think Tuesday just became my new favorite day.
2-for-1 Tuesdays at 2-for-1 Pizza. Visit 2for1pizza.com.
2-for-1 Pizza.
Accidents happen, so when it comes to collision repair, you can count on Maple Toyota. Their Toyota Certified Collision Repair Center uses genuine Toyota parts and have programs to price match original equipment manufacturer parts with aftermarket and used parts for older models, and it won't compromise your warranty. Plus, their Toyota factory-trained technicians will recalibrate your Toyota safety systems, which can only be done at a Toyota dealership. Make it easy, make it Maple. MapleToyota.com.
Part of the Zankin Auto Group.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Jordy Ben, big night for him for the Leafs. He had an assist. He was +2 in the night, played 21:01, had 3 shots on goal. He had another 2 that were blocked. He had 6 hits, and he blocked 5 himself. And after the game, talked about an opportunity to score that he missed on a tuck-in.
I don't think it should have went backdoor anyway. I mean, it happens quickly, but we're taught that Murr takes a puck. So if I can prevent that from going backdoor in the first place, then I don't even have to put my stick there. But obviously, it happens quickly. Got lucky, put my stick in there, and thankfully didn't go in.
What did you do well against that Crosby line tonight? Because you shut them down to a large degree.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't shut that line down, and Malkin's line, they're a hard team to play against. I don't think we did anything too special. Just as long as we have the puck, they don't.
Your big Matt Murray saves, especially when Pittsburgh was making that push in the second.
Oh, it's huge. The bench is so fired up when he's kicking, and he looks so calm, cool, and collected in there. So it's good to see, and it gives us confidence to play harder in front of him.
What's it mean to pick up the primary assist on John Tavares' milestone 400?
Yeah, it's cool. He's been in the league a long time, and he deserves everything he gets. So, it's just something I'll remember. That's for sure.
Particularly happy for Matt to get the win here.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a great guy in the dressing room. He's worked hard to get back into the lineup, and he deserves a win tonight.
Mitch called you a lumberjack, said you go into the corner with him, he's probably going to take you down. So how do you feel about that reputation on this blue line?
Mitch is going to take me down?
No, you take anybody down. You're the lumberjack. Yeah, no, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the lumberjack. I like flannel shirts, jeans, and boots. Oh, it's good.
You guys got a day off tomorrow? A few more Sullivans, you think, in order?
Yeah, that'll be... we'll see. Okay. Probably.
Jordy Ben started talking about the goal that he saved, not one that he could have scored. And so, Frankie C, to end this off, we talked a lot about the Leafs offense, but defensively, except for a little wobble in the second period, pretty darn good, right?
Yeah, pretty good, minus those big point-blank chances that they do give up, but they get 3 penalty kills. The Leafs only get 1 power play on the night, so it's impressive that you win a game like that and you don't have to rely on your power play. You get it done 5-on-5. And, the defensive game was good. Like, just looking at the defensive ice times right now, and they're kind of, what I thought. Like, you knew Morgan Riley was going to be high, and he's at 23 minutes. Giordano's at 22. But Justin Hall and Jordy Ben had really strong games, both of them +2. Hall at 22 minutes, Ben at 21 minutes. And then the younger guys, Timothy Liljegren at 17 minutes, that's right around his sweet spot. And Rasmus Sandin doesn't get as much power play time tonight. He has a minute. Usually he would have a little more, and he's just under 15 minutes. So that's kind of how the deployment I would have thought it would have played out, and a lot of shorthanded time tonight for Justin Hall and Jordy Ben. Jimmy, how many Sullivans do you think you're going to have tonight?
Well, because tomorrow's sort of an interesting day for me, probably a couple of Sullivans. How about that?
Just a couple for you. I know you might have filled up on S cookies today. There was a little rumor going around.
There's a welcome addition to the neighborhood. Mariano's friendly grocery delivery service, fulfilled by Kroger Delivery. So you can feast at great prices without missing a beat of your busy day. And it's all guaranteed fresh from the coolness of our refrigerated trucks. You order the fresh, and we'll take care of the rest. When you're a Mariano's Boost member, you get free delivery, double fuel points, and lots more. Boost by Mariano's. See further details at marianos.com. Double fuel points and exclusive savings for as low as $59 a year.
I didn't think I had time for college, but WGU lets me earn an accredited degree on my own terms. I can fit courses around my schedule, take tests when I'm ready, do schoolwork while I'm at home, on the go, or even on my lunch break. My education is in my hands. A nonprofit university that offers convenient online programs and maximum flexibility? I'm going back to school at WGU. I didn't think I had time for college, but WGU lets me earn an accredited degree on my own terms. I can fit courses around my schedule, take tests when I'm ready, do schoolwork while I'm at home, on the go, or even on my lunch break. My education is in my hands. A nonprofit university that offers convenient online programs and maximum flexibility? I'm going back to school at WGU.
Hurry into Menards and save big money during the last 11% off in 2022. Add style and security with Schlag lock sets. Coordinate the look of your home's decor with complementing finishes and styles. There's no more hiding keys under the doormat or losing track of copies with Schlag electronic locks. Menards carries over 50 styles of Schlag lock sets. All Schlag lock sets are 11% off. Good through November 23rd savings or mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Yeah, I overloaded. As the leaf started to wobble, the S cookies started to fade out.
Yeah, I'm more of a stress-eating chips kind of guy when things get a little rocky.
Yeah, well, and we'll end on this. I mean, we've got about 10 seconds. Nice building block and on to come home and play Jersey. Big contest there.
Big contest. Yeah, Jersey is a very good team. They're skilled, they're fast, and they play with a lot of pace. It's going to be a great test for this Leafs team, but they're playing good hockey right now.
5-2, the Leafs win. This is Leafs Game Night at TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network.
So I was just at Shoppers Drug Mart, and they have like hundreds of gifts. I got an electric toothbrush, new fragrances, toys, and I got PC Optimum points. My holiday shopping is done. You should totally check it out.
Illumi, so many lights to see. It's a charming context, it's also a contest. And if you ever win, holiday light shining. We'll decorate your house so your neighbors say wow. Here at National Bank, it's a way to say thanks.
For your chance to win, visit nbc.ca/contest.
With TELUS, you're a part of something bigger. We are helping make the world a better place by using our technology for good. TELUS Health is innovating to help make good health and well-being easier for all. From field to fork, TELUS Agriculture is improving our global food system.
Stop endlessly searching online and start discovering the joy of holiday shopping at Oakbrook Center. Spend quality time with friends and family while finding the perfect gifts for your loved ones at Koreana, Alo Yoga, Aesop, and more. Then spread holiday cheer by spending $200 or more, and we'll donate $20 to a local food bank through Feeding America. Enjoy the spirit of the season all in one merry place. OakbrookCenter.com.
I'm not getting engaged. I was just asking Callum if we usually sell a lot of engagement rings before Christmas.
Yes, Michael. A lot of people choose their engagement rings during the early part of the season.
Are engagement rings given as Christmas gifts?
No, not usually.
So why do so many people get engaged?
Think about it. All of our favorite people are going to be conveniently gathered together at wonderful parties.
And she gets to show her new engagement ring to everyone she loves.
So when a woman is wearing a new engagement ring, everyone wants to see it.
Bingo! Give that man a cookie.
I would love to be getting engaged.
Christmas is a magical time, Michael.
Wow! Spence Diamonds, located in Vaughan, Scarborough, and Mississauga.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard brought to you by Maple Toyota. Build your next dream Toyota at Maple Toyota. And check out Maple Toyota's pre-owned inventory arriving daily. Guy, it's time to Toyota. Visit mapletoyota.com. So here's what we have. In overtime, it is the Lightning in Dallas tied at 4. Flyers and Jackets tied at 4. Late in the third, end of the second, Nashville 2-0 over Minnesota. The Canucks got by the Sabres by a score of 5-4. The Devils got by the Habs 5-1. Panthers slipped by Washington 5-2. Getting set to start the Sharks in Vegas and the Red Wings in Anaheim against the Ducks. In our game 5-2 for the Leafs over Pittsburgh. Join us tomorrow night on TSN 1050 for Raptors basketball as the Raptors are hosting the Miami Heat. Thanks for joining us on Leafs Game Night, TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network.
Sports Center.
Hello there. I'm Mark Robbins. Game 1 of the Guardians Classic. How about double overtime between fourth-ranked Kentucky and Michigan State? And it's the Spartans that wear down the Wildcats and win it 86-77. Now, there's one more game to be played in Indianapolis. That's coming up in about 15 or 17 minutes from now, and that'll be Duke and Kansas. It's on ESPN, ESPN Radio, and on the ESPN app. And in between games, it's just starting over on ESPN, the College Football Playoff Ranking Show. We're going to find out if there's any change in the top 4 or 5. All of the top 5 squads won this past Saturday. In the NBA, how about New Orleans without Zion hosting Memphis?
Najee and McCollum. CJ. Jump feed down low. Nance. Punch it down with a right hand, Larry Nance. I mean, their bodies all over the floor. Whoa, baby. Elevation, and Aldama said, I am getting out of here. I want no part of it.
Larry Nance Jr. making like his papa. ESPN New Orleans with the call. And New Orleans goes on to get the victory. Pelicans over Memphis, 113-102. Major League Baseball, Buck Showalter of the Mets wins the National League Manager of the Year. That's his 4th. In the American League, it's the Cleveland Guardians' Terry Francona, Manager of the Year.
Hey, it's Greeny. Wednesday, we'll be busy looking back on the college football rankings and ahead to a great kickoff of the weekend with the Packers and Titans. It's Greeny starting 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Welcome to the Hoop Collective podcast. We talk about the NBA. It's Sunday night. We are joined for a special thing that we do about this time every year. Some years I feel like I ask our guest, Kevin Pelton, who's joining us from Seattle. I feel like sometimes I say, hey, is it time for small sample size theater? And you're like, I don't know. It's a little early. So teams have played between 9 and 13 games. And when I asked Kevin Pelton a couple days ago, he said, okay, he gave me the stamp of approval. So Kevin Pelton, the machine, thank you for joining us for our annual small sample size theater show.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to get too large a sample. Then we get into medium sample theater, which, we usually do. Yeah, no. We need there to be some slightly fluky things happening, so we don't want to wait too long.
Okay, so we're going to go over some of the stuff that is sort of happening in the league that we question whether it's going to last. If I was responsible podcast host, I would have gone back and listened to last year's small sample size theater and saw how successful our projections were, but I didn't. So we'll just focus on this year. And one of the things that has been the theme of the season so far, Kevin, is scoring. And it's personified by the fact that as of tonight, and I don't think anybody's going to change, but Kevin Durant is the 7th of these guys I'm about to list. But in Joel Embiid's playing right now, he could, I guess, technically become the 8th. But something like 7 or 8 guys by the time midnight strikes are going to be averaging 30 points on the season. That is crazy. We've only had a few dozen players average 30 points in the modern era. And I'm just going to go over them real quick before throwing it to you, Kevin. So as of this moment right now, it's almost 10 o'clock on the East Coast. There's games going on. But
I think for the record, I think Joel Embiid is already there. He came in tonight needing 36 points. As we're currently recording with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, he has 44.
Okay, so we're going to have 8 players, assuming Durant doesn't have a 2-point game against the Lakers tonight, which I would wager against. So Embiid's going to crest over 30. Luka Doncic is leading the league in scoring at 34.3 points. He had he's scoring 40. He's having games where I'm watching him, and he's like you feel like, oh, he had a good game, but it wasn't great. How many did he have? 42. Oh, okay, sounds good. Steph Curry is averaging 33 points. Jason Tatum, who had a 40-point game on Saturday night against the Pistons, is averaging 32.3. Giannis averaging 31.8. Donovan Mitchell didn't play in the Cavs game Sunday against the Wolves, but Darius Garland scored 51.
Yeah, he might be averaging 30 now.
You have to run the numbers. Donovan is averaging 31.6. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, after dropping, how many did he have today in the Garden? Like 38? I think I should look that up. I know the Thunder put up 145 on the Knicks on Sunday. And I'm going to guess...
You oversay. He only had 37.
37. Okay. I'm going to guess Tibbs is watching video all night. Durant comes at this moment 30.5, and Joel Embiid 8th, 20. He's 29, but he's going to go over 30. Kevin, what do you make of this scoring and all these 30-point per game scores?
So this is interesting because we have seen a trend towards more points in the league in recent years, and I'm sure we'll talk about that in a league-wide context. We haven't necessarily seen.
What's up? Unicorn here. I know a thing or two about magic, but I'm starting to feel like the only one. Luckily, there's Groupon. They have deals on all sorts of gifts. Use code MAGIC20 for 20% off local experiences and bring the holiday magic back to gifting.
Limit 1 per customer. Max discount $50. Ends 12/31/22. Exclusions apply. See details on eligible deal pages.
I didn't think I had time for college, but WGU lets me earn an accredited degree on my own terms. I can fit courses around my schedule, take tests when I'm ready, do schoolwork while I'm at home, on the go, or even on my lunch break. My education is in my hands. A nonprofit university that offers convenient online programs and maximum flexibility? I'm going back to school at WGU.
I don't want the crazy student debt that comes with going to college. But WGU makes getting an accredited degree affordable. How affordable? Like half as much as most schools affordable. Like taking as many courses as I want for one flat rate affordable. Like working at my pace and being able to finish in way under 4 years affordable. A nonprofit university that offers accredited degrees and low tuition? I'm going back to school at WGU.
Since I had my son, paying down my med school debt has become my top priority. I remember holding him in my arms for the first time, looking into his beautiful little face, and just wanting the best future for him. With the Laurel Road Student Loan Cashback Card, my regular purchases earn me 2% cashback when I use it to pay down my student loans, which helps me reach my goals faster and plan for my family's future.
Laurel Road for Doctors. Banking, insights, and benefits uniquely designed for doctors. See laurelroad.com/doctor checking for full terms and conditions. Laurel Road is a brand of KeyBank N.A. member FDIC.
In a trend towards higher scores or a lot more 30-point scores in the league. There haven't been more than 2 guys average 30 points per game in a season since 2005-06, which was, Kobe's big scoring season. Allen Iverson and LeBron James was a part of it that time. And there's only been more than 4 once in NBA history, which came back in 1961-62, the highest scoring league year ever, where Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 plus, and Walt Bellamy, Bob Pettit, Oscar Robertson, Jerry West did it, and then also Elgin Baylor in 48 games when he was limited, I think, to playing mostly on weekends, because I believe that was the season he was still in the reserves. So this is something that, we're above that pace, and it's something that hasn't happened in 6 decades. So what I think is happening here, it's not really a sample size thing, because if you look at this through the same portion of the season historically, there's not that many more guys who are averaging 30 points, approximately 12 games into the season, a month into the season, than there are at the end of the season. There's never been more than 4 at this point of the season before, which actually came in 62-63 the year after that. So I think part of what's happening is, so we have seen a trend towards players scoring more on a per minute basis. So if you look at points per 36 minutes, the only times that we've seen more than one player average that in a season have come since 2016, 2017. And there were 6 of them in 2019-20 and 4 in 2020-21. But those guys didn't average 30 points per game because they didn't play enough minutes. So that's the other trend we've had here, is that minutes have been trending downward for Stars. And that seems to have changed. And I don't know if anyone has really noticed this. 6 of the 7 guys on our list, not counting Embiid because I didn't look him up before that game was played, are averaging 35 plus minutes per game. And in total, there are 27 players averaging at least 35 minutes per game, which is the most at this point of the season since 2013-14, and by a wide margin. Last year, there were 19 at this time. So I guess with the 2 extended off seasons,
Joel Embiid is averaging 35 a game, by the way.
There you go. The combination of the extended normal off season after these 2 unusual seasons, and the fact that we've got this kind of more rest friendly schedule that the NBA has adopted over time, it seems like coaches are maybe more willing to extend their stars than they've been lately.
Yeah. So, Luka is playing 37 a game. Tatum's playing 38. Donovan Mitchell, a little bit inflated because he's had some overtime games, 3 of them already, but 39. Durant 37. So, yeah, that's a good point. Back when you're talking in the 60s, I don't have those stats in front of me, but I'll bet those guys were all playing.
We know what Wilt played because he played every single minute. It was over 48.
Yeah. Well, he didn't play every single minute. He got ejected from one game. But other than the game he got ejected, he pretty much didn't come out of the game. But he did have some overtime games that carry the average over. But so, yes, Wilt was 48.5, I believe, was the number. But yes, that's really good. Also, one of the things that we're also seeing is just incredible 3-point volume and the pretty good efficiency. So listen to what these guys are shooting. Luka is averaging 8 threes a game, although not shooting great. Curry 12, that's not unusual. Tatum's shooting 10 threes a game and shooting 39% on them. 10 threes a game. Donovan Mitchell, 10 threes a game and shooting 43% on him. Durant's only averaging 5 threes a game. But, some of this is just, guys are putting up, huge numbers, or huge volume of more efficient shots. And, it also comes down to free throws. Luka's averaging 12 free throws a game. Giannis, 12 free throws a game. Embiid, 10 free throws a game. And you look at a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's averaging 8 free throws a game, but he's shooting 93% from the line, far and away the highest of his career. So you start to look through here and you start to see some efficiencies that are explaining it. So I guess the question becomes, Pelton, do you see this as something that is going to I don't believe that 8 guys are going to average 30. Some of these guys are going to come back to earth. I don't know if Donovan Mitchell is going to keep up that shooting percentage, for example. I'm not so sure Shai is going to keep shooting 54% from the field. But do you see us touching those 60s records that you're just talking about?
I think there's a chance of it. I mean, part of it is how much those minutes per game comes down. As you get into the dog days of the season, our coach is going to become more focused on getting rest for their players as opposed to, keeping them out there 36, 37 minutes a night. That's the factor I think that could change it. But look, the points are there to be had in total. It's the most points we're averaging this season since 1969-70. So it's another, thing that's happening at a rate unlike anything we've seen in 5+ decades.
Today on ESPN Daily, Myron Medcalf tells you what you need to know about what's different about college basketball this season. So follow us and listen wherever you get good podcasts.
Peoples of the internet, I am Algorithm. Call me Al. My job is to take your job. Ha ha, just kidding. I am always full of funny ha ha pranks, like when you browse for an all-wheel drive online. Instead of serving up a capable Subaru to your IP, I deepfake you with a super lame SEO.
Stop endlessly searching online and start discovering the joy of holiday shopping at Oakbrook Center. Spend quality time with friends and family while finding the perfect gifts for your loved ones at Gorjana, Alo Yoga, Aesop, and more. Then spread holiday cheer by spending $200 or more, and we'll donate $20 to a local food bank through Feeding America. Enjoy the spirit of the season all in one merry place. oakbrookcenter.com.
Defender historically, but they've got guys who are active. So Chauncey Billups came in last year and is playing a lot more aggressive defense, trapping. This year they're playing a lot of zone, which is something they kind of experimented last year, but it seemed like more out of desperation than, is something that would be a strategy that would help change the tenor of games. And we have seen that this year, especially they'll play some really small lineups. They'll go with Justice Winslow at center to close games. They've done that a couple of times recently, including the New Orleans game. And now you're putting, three guys in Winslow, Jeremy Grant, Josh Hart, who are pretty interchangeable and versatile defensively around Lillard and Simons. So all of that has helped them. At the same time, one of the things we talk about every year on this podcast is the types of shots you're getting stabilized more quickly than how well you make those shots, particularly how well opponents make those shots against you. And Portland is number 2 so far in Second Spectrum's measure of how much teams have underperformed the quality of their shot based on where it's taken, what type of shot it is, and how close nearby defenders are. And it's interesting because usually when we say this, and we'll talk about another team in this regard later in the pod, you think of, teams must be missing a ton of threes against them. And that's not the case with Portland. Opponent three-point shooting has actually been pretty average against them, but it's 2-point shots away from the rim. Opponents are hitting those at just a 38% clip, which is the second lowest in the league. So that's the big source of that.
I think there's room for you to come up with a rating system here. You can call it like the luck rating. You pick out a player that you may want to name who was lucky, but sort of the luck rating. But I remember this was something that came into play last year with the Celtics. The Celtics, if you remember, were sort of bumping along early in the season. Their defense was really down below where it should have been. And they just weren't being very efficient. And the Celtics, pretty much said, I'm not sure that Brad Stevens gave interviews, but I think the message from the front office was our shot quality, both offense and defense, isn't matching the results. And we like what we're doing. And if we keep doing this, the numbers say that this should flop around. And I remember hearing that and going, okay, I guess if you say so, if your numbers say that, I believe you. But, if they're not going in, they're not going in 25, 30 games in. Well, guess
What's up? Unicorn here. I know a thing or two about magic, but I'm starting to feel like the only one. Luckily, there's Groupon. They have deals on all sorts of gifts. Use code MAGIC20 for 20% off local experiences and bring the holiday magic back to gifting.
Limit 1 per customer. Max discount $50. Ends 12/31/22. Exclusions apply. See details on eligible deal pages.
Guess what? Second half of the season, they killed it from three-point range, and their defense really did shut down the three-pointer, and they went to the finals. So, I wouldn't say the stat is always, predictive, but I could just give you one example from last season where a team's expected field goal percentage, both allowed and shot, did, come back home, so to speak, and it made a big difference.
I remember Tim Bontemps wrote about this with Jason Tatum specifically, that he had been, I think, the unluckiest shooter in terms of the second spectrum metric that adjusts for a player's ability to make those shots to that point in the season. And after he wrote that, I had a friend in the league who texted me like, are we sure this doesn't mean he's just a bad shooter? And
right.
It turns out, no, he had been extremely unlucky at that point. The other team we were talking about at this point of the season, I don't remember if they came up in the small sample size theater podcast or not, was Dallas. Dallas couldn't make any threes. You remember Mark Cuban was talking about the new basketballs and how much they were affecting the shooters. And lo and behold, second half of the season and on into the playoffs, Reggie Bullock and Maxi Kleber and Tim Hardaway Jr. before he got hurt, all those guys got a lot hotter, and Dallas makes it to the conference finals.
There you go.
Today on ESPN Daily, Myron Medcalf tells you what you need to know about what's different about college basketball this season. So follow us and listen wherever you get good podcasts.
Did you wake up to this?
It's pretty apparent that this is a team in the Toronto Maple Leafs that is going to need to go out and make an impact acquisition, or they're going to be in some big trouble in the second half of the season and in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think over the long haul, yes, absolutely. I think for the short term, I think this is the right approach that you take because, you are looking for that internal growth from guys like Sandin and Liljegren. They have a ton of adversity right now to deal with. Adversity can do wonders for a group. It can elevate you or it can destroy you. And I guess we'll find out which way this goes for the Maple Leafs over the next week or two. And if you have subpar goaltending with, the adversity you're dealing with on defense, it could get ugly really quick for this Maple Leafs team. And you just hope that's not the case.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
If you ain't first, you're last.